So I guess we're just waiting on Robbie, Mr.
Yeah.
Robs.
Monsieur Roberto.
El Bobbert.
Let me see if I have a camera that I can turn on. Oh, dude.
Will
what
Robert get
the-
mad if I call him Bobby?
I do not know.
I'm very
Also,
curious
Colin.
if he'll respond.
Hello.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were there. Game capture, no, not virtual webcam. Oh, I don't have this other webcam plugged in. Well, there's your problem right there. Wah. I understood the assignment. Video. Now you can turn on. I can fix you. I can fix him copium. Wah. Yeah, there we go. That might be the best. Yo, give me that cyber. Yeah, buddy. Discord finally got there. Got the dynamic background beta. What is Discord the movie? Interesting.
A new follower.
Hey, thanks for the follow. M16 versus AK47_90. Wumpus Vacation. Oh god, this background. It's so graphic arts is my passion.
Indeed.
Oh, it hurts.
Hello.
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 Oh.
Also, I see Colin has turned on a webcam, but it is a black screen.
Yeah, I've been trying to fix it. I can't seem to fix it.
Ah.
'Cause
Okay.
I remember I'm now being reminded that this was a problem last time, and I didn't fix it then, and I forgot. And now it's
Understandable.
still a problem.
Yes, I would like to go to rule20.net instead of roll20.
Rule 20.
How's Darkest
Okay.
Dungeon 2, by the way?
It's real cool.
Also, I'm gonna restart my PC. Be right back.
It spirals a lot harder so far than Darkest Dungeon 1, but it's also like way more roguelite-y, I think. Like you
What
do
does that mean?
runs and make meta progression.
Oh.
Also, Doomer's cheating. He redeemed full send / go ham. So I'm just gotta. Here, hold on. We're sending it, boys. God, I don't even know what I have. All I have are dwarven daisies. Get them. That's not nearly ham enough. Get them. Okay, well. Pew.
Daisy Stampede.
Darkest Dungeon 2 not have a Steam release yet?
No, it's only on Epic.
Oof.
So I totally get like the downside of major monopolies being able to control all content of everything, but it is real nice when everything's on Steam.
True.
Also real convenient when every thing you need is in Walmart, but yeah.
Yes, that's very true.
I gotta fix these.
It's real nice that
webcams.
anything you want to buy is on Amazon.
Wait, Colin, you were fixed for like 2 seconds.
Then
You have since vanished.
I think that's for more.
I have acquired hydrations.
So, Dooms, I know you only have 25 out of 25. How the heck do you afford so many damn viewer kits?
Oh, I don't know. My money doesn't really go down, even with throwing out a ton. You just get a lot of passive income in Tarkov, is what I've discovered.
Yeah, like, are you doing any active raids?
Maybe like 1 or 2 a week. Like I play very, very little actual raids.
Secret
Yeah, that's kind of
idle
what
game.
I thought.
But like, okay, so fuel for a day is about half a Bitcoin. Like those are roughly equivalent. So covering fuel,
Just
the
a reminder, I'm
Bitcoin.
turning my camera on.
Oh, I will do that in a moment also. Just from Bitcoin, it's a little under 200k a day though. And then I don't know, grenade case crafts once a day is. I mean, it varies, but I would throw out probably around 100k profit from that. There is profit from bullet crafting, though I don't actually sell them. So at some point I will, and I'll skyrocket again in money. Scav case is constantly going. Like, I haven't in any way kept track, but I would bet money that it has been a substantial income, though I cannot speak to how much or how often.
All right. How much money are you sitting at currently?
Before or after I just built this next viewer kit that I'm gonna give you?
Before.
Around I think I was 24 million.
He's okay. And after?
About 20 million.
What? Wait. No.
Maybe it's 21 million. I didn't exactly look. It's the biggest kit I've ever made.
That's, yeah. Did you go for the most expensive everything?
It's just a gun.
No. How many infrared scopes are on it?
Just one.
4 million ruble gun, Brian.
I've never seen the Magnum being used before, and I want to.
The Magnum.
The Lapua Magnum.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Just, oh no.
Those bullets are like
Okay.
50k a bullet. Those add up
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, that's where the money went. God.
I want to see the big sniper. I think I'm gonna hold on to this until you've got like a group and are doing a sniping run where you're not just gonna be like shot by a bush Wookiee 4 minutes in by yourself, or at least a lot less likely.
Yeah.
Like,
Hopefully
I want to see this from the reserves dome.
Boy.
Yeah, the New Darkest Dungeon is pretty hype. It spirals out of control way faster because your characters build relationships between each other, and instead of like developing either a positive or negative affinity as they like lose their sanity. They'll have a breakdown and ruin relationships as they lose their sanity. And once people like develop negative relationship quirks, they'll be yelling at each other constantly and affecting each other's sanity. So it's just like a super spiral out of control where it's like I had I named everyone after the four of us my first run, which is now gone, unfortunately. But
oh no,
Tibbers had a quirk where she was like lost in space and time. So every time she gained a level of stress, she would either become stunned, destroy an item, or like become blinded or something like that. And those were all separate 30% chances. And every single turn, Colin yelled at Eerie and pinged her stress up, which caused one of those other negative things, which pinged stress on the rest of the party. It was just like a nightmare of vortex of stress and insanity.
Not only am I fighting the horrors of the world, Robert's also saying I'm doing a bad job.
Right? And there was one quirk relationship between, I think it was between Tibbers' character and mine, where her character was constantly like poking mine and saying like, "Come on, man, I'm just joking." And it was like that was the only line that she said, but then she just constantly kept saying it.
It's just a prank, Ryan.
Prank,
Get
bro.
over
It
it.
was literally just constant.
Jeez.
Yeah, I expect no camera from me, I guess. I don't know exactly what's going on. I'm mildly working on it in the background.
I thought I saw it like a minute ago
Yep,
when I was
you
walking
did.
by. Okay.
I restarted my PC and it started working, and I was like, heck yeah, got it working, and then just shut off.
Unlucky.
So that's what we're working with right now.
Okay, that is fine. It is annoying that you need to deal with that, but is fine for a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be more annoying when I have extra life relatively soon.
Yeah.
That's what I'm significantly more worried about.
Are we ready to roll, though?
Ready to rumble.
I rolled a
Believe so.
15.
Also,
15?
just as an update, Doom's my bad scav now only gets 1 extract.
F.
He's fine with it.
You have displeased the fence.
He wouldn't buy back a completely broken set of condor glasses from me either.
Really?
He said my favorite level with him was Stulo.
So you just had to like trash it?
Yeah, I just trashed it.
Did not even know that was a thing.
Me either. I hope
Okay.
this doesn't forewarn me of other things to come.
So, regarding Kingmaker, it has been a month since we have last played.
Mhm.
We're kings now.
Collectively, can we try and resurrect some of these long forgotten memories of what happened last session and what you guys were doing?
We killed a bunch of frogs.
Yeah,
think that
the
last
one was the last
session
one we
was
yeah, the
mostly frog slaughter.
We eliminated the Gripply Destroyer.
That's right. My character has a deep fear of frogs now.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yes. The boggarts and slurks, and then the one slurk that was running away, but wait, actually, when Fives went running after it, just got fucking Gerrit chomped and goose limed.
Indeed.
It was-
You went to the hot springs to clear out the boggards and the slurks that took over the Gripply's home.
Yeah, and then I think that we had cleared out at least this one like nesting ground. That there were potentially some more hot springs and stuff in the area. But I was looking at my notes and saw that I wrote literally nothing down from last session. So I think that was the only thing that we like actually did.
I remember Wave mentioned he was scouting out some of the other like nearby hot springs and did not have anything of significance to report, and it
Okay,
seemed like this was the only boggard clutch in the immediate area, at least.
Didn't we?
Yeah.
We went back to the encampment and got some stuff. Like I got my bestiary book.
Yes, that
provided
was
some
prior
context
to
for-
this.
Yeah. We did do a mini shopping
Yeah.
thing and got some important field tests of some of my new poisons.
Oh yeah, we got weapons that we got to use. Or poisoned our weapons.
Yeah, that's right.
I had a stun rod. I don't remember what happened to that.
I think you just you
We
used
used
it
the
and
stun
threw
rod,
it in the
didn't
mud at some point.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it lasts for 8 hours, so it's still going.
It's just muddy now. This could be solved.
Except for maybe by Fives, because he's also just covered in goo. So
I swear at the end of the last session I went into that water to clear that out. I'm pretty sure I did that immediately.
Yes, I remember that, because you came out with leeches.
Oh, worth it.
Did we fix that problem yet?
You have since removed the leeches, yes.
Oh, good.
You also discovered that there are the swarms of mosquitoes are in the area, though with a torch they generally are kept away. Or some
Basically,
sort of
this place
fire.
sucks.
But like hot springs, they nice though. Other than the rest.
I see our loot and I see our medicine checks.
oh
And-
right, we found. Oh my gosh, yes. We snatched up the first magical potency weapon that was ever to be present, and we
Mhm.
took
Oh,
it for
yeah.
our own, and therefore it did not get used in
You
combat.
snatched it up very early. Yes.
Also, I know you have a little breakdown of how transferring runes work. If I'm not mistaken, part of the way that some of my stuff interacts with that, the potency rune gives an item bonus, right?
Correct.
Okay, so like for instance, because I have when I'm using the bestial form, because it gives me an item bonus to my attacks, I can't have a rune and the bestial form, or I have to choose between them.
Correct. That's generally the idea of like, say you're an alchemist and maybe your weapon is a dagger. You don't necessarily need to get a magical dagger if you're using the mutagen, but also if you do have the magic dagger, then you're not going to like lose the ability to use the magic when you switch to mutagen. So it's like it tries to keep your options open, basically.
Cool. Also, thank you for the subscription.
But yeah, they do not stack. You just take the better.
Okay. Similar,
So it's not that
same
he
thing
won't-
with like my armor right now.
It's not that he won't ever need magic weapons. He will. It's just that it's he gets a little less immediate, permanent, like round around use out of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, that makes sense.
But I believe we closed last session. It is the middle of the night. You are like right at the hot springs campsite. The bodies are still within eyesight of you. You've not yet moved on.
Did we get this loot added to our inventory? It looks like we did.
Yes, added to party sheet, I believe, but we didn't do anything with splitting it up.
Yeah, that's all right for now. Just want to make sure we had it written down so I could scroll back down. Cool. Well, right now, I think our priorities are setting up camp and maybe disposing of these frog guy bodies if that's something that we are interested to do. And so we know that there's like a sulfur, like volcanic vent that's more what's been attracting why there's so much like active bug life in the area.
It seems so.
Oh,
The combination of the swampy conditions plus the constant sulfuric scent in the air seems to be sort of gathering them and making it a natural breeding ground for them. It's more a combination of multiple things than just that, though.
Right. but relatively natural and not just
It does not in any way seem to be a supernatural gathering of mosquitoes or something like that.
Mhm.
It's just Louisiana.
Just bug.
I mean, I would propose that we move away from the mosquito hell, at least slightly, and set up camp. Maybe we can revisit in the morning to make sure there's no reinforcements or anything like that.
Just to be clear, the mosquitoes, are they also in the hot spring area or just this area over where all the frogs were? Not specifically the hot springs.
Throughout the hot springs,
Okay.
the mosquitoes seem to just have a natural breeding ground there.
Okay. Well, then I'm fine with getting away from this hell.
Mm-hmm.
So just making a bit of distance back to your horses, back into more solid ground under your feet of the woods, out of the marshy areas then.
Yeah.
You are able to do so, taking your questionably ill-gotten gains with you from the fight. With that, you are able to camp out and rest for the night without further interruptions.
Huge.
Also, everybody give me a fortitude save. Wave,
Ooh.
you have +1 to your success tier on this.
1, 2, 2.
I'm pretty good at this.
Ooh, to my success tier? That's right.
Where is fortitude save? Found it.
Also, anyone that is trained may give me a medicine check, or heal, I forget what it's called. Blurring editions at this moment.
Medicine.
Medicine.
That's me. I'm an expert.
Save me.
So, your night passes without incident, though Kalat and Gerrit, you're both feeling a little off in the morning. Though Gerrit, your highly skilled training with all sorts of infections and disease, you suspect this may be the beginning signs of sickness, likely malaria.
Fucking malaria.
That sounds
What?
kind of rough.
Wait, I get a +1 circumstance bonus to saving throws against diseases, poisons, and radiation.
That'll bring you to a 10.
Good.
Well, this is not the worst kind of emergency, but the kind that should be addressed very quickly. There's plenty of adventurers who fall to this sort of thing in their prime. Would I know? I guess this would fall under like a plague, anti-plague situation.
What does anti-plague do?
I believe it works against diseases. I can link one here. Never mind, I can't. Don't know why that does that.
Lesser trait.
But it does. Maybe if I do this, it'll work. There we go. Defenses against diseases.
You would expect that would indeed help.
Okay, cool. And then, so that is something that oh, no, sorry, I didn't. I said, okay, cool, not okay, your name. That's something that I would definitely like to take some extra time to prepare in the morning.
It seems that Fives seems to just have fought it off through natural fortitude, as did Wave. Though you also would potentially suspect that Wave having a decent amount of his skin as instead scales helps prevent a little bit of the mosquitoes.
Okay. Sorry, it's taking me a little bit longer to do my morning prep here because I don't remember how math.
Symptoms of malaria: pain in the abdomen or muscles, whole body chills, fatigue, fever, night sweat, shivering or sweating, gastrointestinal diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting, and also common as fast heart rate, headaches, mental confusion, or pallor.
You see
are you-
Paylor.
God Palor shows up? Damn.
The god of
That's fucking
malaria.
sick, dude.
Pallor, an unhealthy pale appearance.
Oh, I got that all the
It's a
time.
pillar.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
It
I got
is
most of those other
pretty-
symptoms all the time too.
It is
A
pretty
lot. You're
early.
sweating.
Early on, the symptoms are minor. There's no in-game effect at this point.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll use one of my infused reagents in the morning to craft a couple of. Actually, I can craft 2 of these guys because I have the recipe. Boom. And I will take one myself and pass one to my good friend here. This will help you with the mosquito hangover.
How could you tell that the mosquito? My nano machines are saying that something's off.
It's
This?
I've spent enough time doing doing medicine on all of us that I think I've got a pretty decent idea. Take
Thinking
this.
now, or-
It'll help you against the furthering effects. Hopefully we can shake it naturally. If not, then hopefully there's something else that we can do. I think, is there like a faction of medicine things that involve getting rid of diseases?
I believe there's something to help with that. Treat disease.
Oh, hey.
It's basically by taking the full day of just that's what you're doing. You're treating the sickness. If you pass the medicine check, they get a +2 to their save. If you crit pass, they instead get a +4.
Okay. So yeah, I think this will be very functional for now. And then
What would you describe the taste of this to be?
the anti-plague, I would say. Well, so we saw the guy. This is the anti-plague moderate that I took out of that guy's the hermit's spell book. So it definitely has a little bit of like earthiness to it, and then there's just like a big punch in the gut of ginger. Just like way more ginger than you would expect to be in anything reasonably.
Ginger.
Was that even necessary?
It was in his notes.
Okay, bottoms up.
All right.
I see a Colin.
There's
Yes.
a Colin.
Oh no, that reminds me that you were all
Oh,
frozen.
I need to restart. Ah, I see
that-
him.
That will give you a +3 to your save that you will make at the next camp.
Cool.
So that may be a while from now, real world time. So collectively try and remember this. Make a note if you wish.
Got it.
Additionally, it is fundamentally harder to recover from disease while you're traveling out in the wilderness and adventuring than if you were, say, in a comfortable bed with warm food resting. You do take a -2 penalty if you are outside adventuring, or if you basically just set up a camp and just don't move from the spot. That penalty goes down to -1, or is completely eliminated if you're actually somewhere safe, sanitary, like Oleg's.
Okay.
But think of all the various insects that I could spread malaria to and give that to them for them to die.
Not entirely sure if
Right.
that's
That is a take.
Basically becoming that guy from Naruto.
There are different kinds of rulers, Robert.
I think like I'm fine with pushing on for right now, and then if anything gets worse at all, then I would definitely doctor's note
Yeah.
us for a day or so.
Doctor's orders. We move on.
I
Alright.
think that we have some stuff to explore in this
we got
area.
we got our current hex that we're in that we can explore, and then the other half of the hex next to us that we can explore.
Mhm.
Type the secret hex.
All right.
And we can
So-
tell where it says not explored yet.
That is what you are doing then. starting with exploration around the end of the thorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Feeling a little under the weather, but nothing so bad to impair your adventuring duties. You mount back up on your horses and continue around, exploring around the forest. You get through most of your explorations, searching both north and south of the thorn, and are nearing the end of your day, late afternoon, about 4 p.m. or so, when you spot something further up ahead in the trees. Only a brief glimpse of it before it disappears, of a very, very large wolf. Roughly the same size as the one that you've seen before, though
Let's
it's
say.
all but impossible to tell if it is truly the same or not.
I think where was it that we encountered the wolf last? It was
The edge of the forest on the way into the Moonrash's hex, I think.
okay.
We were out in the plains still, and we saw it up here at the edge of the on the forest edge
Mm-hmm.
before we reached it.
I am still kind of the same opinion. As long as the wolf isn't like causing too much trouble, things are pretty fine by me.
Wait, how far away is this thing from us right now?
It was probably only 70, 80 feet.
That's pretty close. And just to clarify on size again, is this like person could fit inside of its jaws sized wolf?
Orso could, person not.
Okay. So big, but not like uber big.
Correct.
Okay.
In
Isn't that
like
like-
mechanical game terms, creature size huge. So it's like 15 by 15 grid space.
Very big.
So bigger than a horse?
Bigger than a horse.
Yeah, but I
Roughly
think we
double
only
the
really-
size of a horse.
Probably
Okay.
a lot
only need
faster
a-
than one too.
We only need to worry about it if it can fit fives in its mouth.
I'm not going in any more animal mouth.
Animals do have a tendency
I'm going to let
love
you
putting
guys do the
fives.
fighting if it's animals from now on.
Something tells me we just got a lot more work added to our party.
I will devise stratagems and just give you all bonuses.
Does the wolf just immediately kind of slink off again the same way it did last time?
Moving away from you.
Okay.
Did it give the appearance that like it saw us and immediately like looked away, or was there anything more to read into it? Did it pause before walking away?
It was like as you basically saw it leaving. Though it's hard to tell if it saw you at all or before you saw it or what exactly.
Okay. I've got no actions to take in regards to Wolftown. If anyone else does.
No.
No,
think
the only thing
I
have,
don't think it's wise to get into fights while we have two sick members.
I'm just kind of curious on whether like this wolf is just like a member of the forest and it is an animal, is like a forest spirit kind of thing, or if this is like connected to some like group or entity, if it's like a summoned creature or something like that. But obviously there's
Summoned
no way to
spy?
tell that from just having seen wolf big thing. But I think you had said last time something along the lines of it was hard to see tracks of it, or like is it clear that a ginormous wolf just like crashed through that area?
It is not clear at all, but it should be. For a creature of that size, even someone with no proficiency should be able to track it with ease,
Right.
though you cannot.
Leading me more to thinking that it's not just an animal, brah.
Fair. Might be more of the Fey trickery that we've got.
True.
We've encountered a handful of.
Kind of curiosity peaked for it. Maybe follow it for a little bit, see if it does anything. If we don't like it, then we just bolt.
Follow it where?
Wherever it's going.
Do we
See if
know
there's
where
any
it's
way
going?
we can catch up to it or track it here.
You saw like the direction that it was moving, though immediately lost sight of it through the trees like a second after spotting it.
Well, let's go check out the trees.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it. I'm happy to follow. I just wasn't gonna.
You make your way over towards the spot you saw it. There are twigs and branches unbroken upon the ground. There's no possible way that a true natural creature of that size could have walked through here without some sort of unusual ability to not disturb the forest floor. There's no track, there's no scent, there's seeming no sign of its passing at all.
I begin exploring in the direction that we saw it walking.
As well.
How long do you continue this path of action, and if nothing of significance draws your attention?
Probably a couple minutes or so, but before doing that, I'd like to check the area around for any kind of bits of like unturned earth or recently disturbed earth. Not necessarily track wise, but maybe something dug up or buried there.
You can scan around. It's not a difficult task just to see if there's something unearthed nearby. Though you don't spot anything that really stands out of the ordinary to you. There's
I would like-
very minor bits here and there where just natural burying animals might have tunneled around, but nothing that stands out as unusual.
I would like to ask, the last time we saw this wolf was after we fought the kobolds, right?
I believe you fought the kobolds, then returned to Oleg's for a week or so,
Okay.
and then upon leaving Oleg's, you saw it.
Okay. I was curious if maybe it was appearing every time we killed a creature of the forest, but
Good.
it's
Equation.
been too late for that.
Definitely seems like it's keeping tabs on us, at least to some extent.
Yeah. All right. I spend like 5 to 10 minutes kind of like walking in that direction, looking for any other signs of clues.
You do not find anything else of significance.
Would having the clue of the unbroken tree branches give me a chance to make this the subject of my pursue a lead?
You can. If I remember correctly, you can have like 2 of those open at once.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. So I'd have the clues regarding the stag lord, and then this mythical beast maybe.
Yeah, you can definitely do so.
Cool.
Heck yeah.
Can you post what that does again? I remember some
Sure.
parts of it, but I don't want to forget something significant if there's just something I'm not remembering.
You immediately know the location of the subject.
I
That's
immediately know
odd. He's
everything.
600 miles to the south.
He's right behind us.
So I spend 1 minute just examining tree branches, gauging sizes, unbroken things, and I'm like, this doesn't add up.
So any perception or relevant skill checks to investigate, you'll get a +1 on.
Cool.
And if I remember correctly, like you can, if you're fighting it, you can plan a stratagem as a free action instead of one action. I think that's a part of it.
That might be a subclass thing. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I don't
maybe.
remember reading that.
Okay, maybe
I'll
that's just
take
a
it,
subclass.
but I'll look into it and see if I can find it somewhere. maybe it's under devise a stratagem. I think it might be. I'll just look at that one real quick.
You're able to continue for 5 or 10 minutes, though you see no signs of it. No traces, no passes, and do not see the creature again.
All right. Now, but anytime we need to make a roll for it, I got you.
Though, assuming you continue your exploration of the hex after that, or do you alter course?
I think we just continue the exploration of the hex, yeah?
Yeah.
You may mark this hex explored as you begin to get quite weary from your long day of horse riding, mapping, charting, and jotting down of notes.
Nice.
But
Also,
not from malaria.
it is part of the base devise a stratagem that you get as the free action.
Oh, neat.
Okay, yeah. So it's part of the device strategy. Cool.
So,
Okay.
got another hex explored. I mean, I think this hex would be this half hex would be a good secondary
Yeah.
target.
It does take a full day to explore, so that will be sort of
Yeah.
the conclusion of travels today, though.
Let's make sure we don't get sick real quick.
Camp time! Woo!
So,
Let's all
As
go
you
camping.
set up camp again. Gonna need
Oh,
2
sorry.
fortitude saves from the second members of your party.
Legitimately so good at this. So I got a +1 to this net.
Yes.
Hey, now my turn. Hey.
Hey.
And with a day of some chills and sweats, you seem to break the slight fever overnight. It's not the best sleep you've had, and you wake up rather uncomfortable a few times during the night. But about your last 3 to 4 hours of sleep is completely uninterrupted, and you wake up feeling yourself again. You have not succumbed to disease today.
I wish regular people malaria went like that more often.
Regular people also very rarely can take 5 crossbow shots to the chest and still be okay.
Also
Yeah,
fair.
I know.
I would assume a regular person doesn't have a fortitude save of around 8.
Yeah. Or access to moderate anti-plagues that just are cure-alls for all diseases.
Yeah.
Well, crap. Now what am I making today? Instead of anti-plagues.
More anti-plague.
Yeah,
Reverse engineer the
more
plague
anti-plague.
so we can give it to other people.
Make the plague.
If you can make anti-plagues, you can make plagues.
Gerrit's next
You
project.
must balance the scales.
I will create some grave root for myself today.
Yeah, if you can make an antidote for all plagues, then you just need to be able to make the exact opposite, which is all plagues in a bottle.
I'm sure that I can make that happen.
You did cure it. Without your alchemical solution, you both would have failed.
Nice. Well, sounds like we move on to now that we're feeling much better. Move on over here to Pervlash and Tig Square.
Also, as a quick note, don't forget to actually mark the hex itself as explored with the line.
Yep, I got it. This one.
Anything in particular you are doing other than just exploring the southern side of the river?
I mean, technically, I think like Tig owes us a gift because we cleared out some traps, but also I'm not sure on the method of like walking into an entire forest that we know they like kind of float this whole river and meeting up with them. So I think we're just exploring for the most part. Unless someone has a fairy dragon summoning ritual.
Last time I tried splashing around in the river. That seemed to work quite well.
Oh, I mean, hey.
No, I don't.
All right. Oh yeah, I was gonna check and see.
So you begin your explorations, just moving about, mapping your standard charts as you have been, when you suddenly hear a piercing sound. This is about 3 hours into your day after arriving, so you're in like late afternoon by now. Haven't really started your explorations. It's mainly just traveling here for today.
We need to consume rations for the previous day.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Rations.
So,
Yes.
as you're making
Awesome.
your way through the dense trees, you hear just a very loud
Nope.
from
It cut off your
roughly.
mic.
Oh, it did. A very loud whoo. Hopefully that came across a little better.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
much
Yeah.
higher pitched.
we'll pitch it up in post. Don't worry.
Well,
Great.
that's a deeply inviting whoo.
Okay.
It,
Are you?
it sounds like it's a good distance ahead, but it's in the direction you're traveling.
We're headed that way anyways.
Yeah. Maybe pick up the pace slightly so that we don't miss whatever is up here.
You traveling for just a few minutes longer, you spot something in a very small clearing up ahead. Blood and organs scattered all around of a ripped open bear's carcass.
Oh.
It looks
Okay.
very fresh.
Wait, I open up the bestiary to something that sounds like an owl but can attack bears.
What about an owlbear?
Nah,
Is this
couldn't be.
just
No
a
way.
bear or is
Absolutely
it an
no
owlbear?
chance.
You see a bear out in front of you.
Okay.
Do we have the general concept of what owlbears would be?
You do. They are one of many creatures that would potentially be in lands such as this. Though
Owlbears,
thinking on
giant owls.
it does kind of match the rough sound that you may have heard. It's certainly in the realm of possibility, and from what you've heard, they're big enough to fight a bear for sure.
We've also had mention of it from somebody in these lands. I forget if it was the pompous aristocrat swashbuckler or if it was like Pervilash.
Oh, Swashbuckler said that an owlbear killed the camp instead of us, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I remember this now. And Gerrit just like clawed the crap out of some of the corpses to sell it a little better.
Uh-huh.
I opened up the audiobook version of my bestiary to hear the animal noise.
Sadly,
I'll
it cannot come through this mic.
I watched the Animal
Damn.
Planet documentary.
I'll start looking around for signs of what may have done this or where it has gone.
I will
Well,
assist with
Yeah,
that.
I would assume it'd leave blood tracks, maybe.
A quick glance, you spot some bloody claw prints stepping off into the trees to the south.
Do read the entry for owlbears.
Give me an unmodified D20.
5, just like
All right.
not another animal adventure.
And I use nanite Soj. Damn it.
No, not this is how good the book writer is, not you.
Yeah, my nanites will fix it.
Fix it in post.
Looking through the book, it describes them as being roughly the size of a bear, but with large feathered wings, stretching across their front arm claws, and with a face giving them the appearance of an owl. In the facts and fiction section of it, there's simply nothing in the fact boxes, though there is a small editor's note at the bottom that says that they're collecting data for a separate topic piece of owlbears, an all-exclusive tale. And there's a small note to the editor's address where you may order it when it is available. However, in the fiction
weird.
section, it mentions that some cultures believe them to have actually been through the creation of a powerful wizard who was seeking guard dogs, but wanted something more ferocious, so he magically melded an owl and a bear to create the first one, which immediately killed him, ran out into the wild, and then became a natural species all its own.
Uh-huh.
It also mentions that some believe they can fly, though that is absolutely fictitious.
So the facts and fiction section, just to clarify, the fiction section is stuff that's like, we don't know if this is true or not, or this is like stuff that is in the general consciousness of the people but is clearly wrong.
That second one. It's people might tell you this if they're uneducated. We are clarifying that this is actually fiction.
Well, this damn book is uneducated. I paid 10 gold for this shit. It's 2 entries now. It's just been a bust.
Clearly, owlbears
We
are
got some
just
useful
bears
stuff out
that
of
have a.
boggarts.
Owlbears are just bears that have a nasty case of were owl.
True.
I mean, this whatever this is seems decently dangerous. I know we generally, as long as things haven't been hostile, we haven't made our way to go after particular predators, but it might behoove us to have a little bit of a look around here.
Yeah. Also, like in general, are we completely unwise to the power level of a bear? Like, if we were to fight a bear, would we reasonably feel like we in our current status would be able to just take a bear on?
I could take a bear.
So yeah, you would have a general concept. So like
regular
a-
people can take out bears in the real world, so I hope to God that we can.
to give context, a grizzly bear, just a normal scary bear, is a CR3. You as a party would pretty reliably be able to take this on. You individually in a fight is much more of an either way situation.
Oh,
You probably
sweet.
have the edge for especially like more martial characters, but it's definitely not a trivial like, oh, let me just fight left-handed as I defeat this bear.
I mean, let's go get our kobold friends and have Gerrit, Hack, duel this thing 1-on-1.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Or we could just go. We could look around a little bit, and if the need arises, then we can duel it however many v1 we want. It is an animal after all.
I agree. We can't be going around hunting and killing every murderous beast in this entire forest. We'll be here for longer than our lifetimes.
I think we all know where I stand on hunting animals.
Standing in slime.
You stand on the side of genocide as long as I don't have to do it, right?
I do
I
not
stand
like
on the
being
side
hunted
of
by
hot
animals.
Listen, if we don't hunt this thing, then it will hunt you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's true.
And can you really trust bushes anymore? Do you really want to walk past the next bush and be like, I don't know if there's an owlbear in there waiting to maul me?
Well, it's not a luxury I can afford considering I'm surrounded by bushes constantly.
Yep.
I know. So let's go find the owlbear.
Yeah, let's
But-
go ahead.
Well, joking aside, do we? I wish this book told us. Do we have any more like layman's terms of like are owlbears just naturally vicious? Like this one clearly killed a bear.
They are carnivore species. You would know that for sure. Though you don't intrinsically know if they are like malicious versus animals.
Can we tell if this bear was killed for food purposes or just killed for sport?
Oh, that's good.
Let's see what. Popping up a character sheet real quick.
Survival.
I will say survival, nature, or medicine. Give me any one of the three.
Can I assist him in this?
You may do so.
Is it me or who's doing this? Because
I think you made the declaration.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm asking this to the party, so whoever is the expert of examining nature stuff is the one who can make that determination.
I've got survival and Gerrit has medicine. Perhaps we can look it over together.
Sounds good to me.
Assisting works.
I think
I don't know how the assisting works either.
So assisting is basically if you meet the DC, you add a +1 to their roll. If you get a crit pass, you add a +2 to their roll, and if you crit fail, you subtract 1 from their roll with bad advice. If you fail, nothing happens at all. You don't lose out.
I mean, I'm assuming your medicine's higher than my survival, so.
Yeah, my medicine's a +8.
Okay, I will attempt to assist you with my survival. Can I use Nanite Surge?
You may.
All right. It's been a month, so let me remind myself of what that bonus is. It's
But
2.
I have exactly 0 bonuses to survival, nature, and medicine, so I am absolutely useless in this scenario.
Also,
You posited the idea. You're helping.
I do gotta say, like, I love old D&D art to death, but also, like, why is owlbear art so dumb?
It's pretty bad.
Like,
Why is
Especially if you're
Gamora?
looking at like 1E, 2E D&D for any species.
what is, like...
It'll raise some eyebrows. Here, you want to give us a link of something good?
Yeah, I'm getting it. Look at this guy. Who is that man?
I have seen this one before.
That is neither owl or
It's
bear.
beautiful.
That has nothing to do with either of those creatures. It looks more
Honestly?
like a kappa than anything else. Like,
Texas one there, that is much more modern out
Still
there.
not even.
it's still
not-
kind
I
of
still
janky.
hate it.
Honestly, I like
There
that
we go.
one. This one's
There's-
pretty good.
That's
That
the
is the
one
best of the
that's
bunch.
that's the one that's
Okay.
in my brain.
And the baby.
I think it's just taken a lot of years for artists to figure out how to put an owl head on a bear.
Well, okay, I think it's just that it's taken a lot of years for D&D to have enough money to pay its artists,
True.
Fair.
and not just have its random employees draw sketches.
Hey, you know marketing. That's like art. We needed an owlbear tonight.
Yep.
We're printing it in the morning.
Well, yeah.
What color is? I don't. We'll make it black and white. Don't worry about
It'll
it.
be fine. It'll be fine. We can't afford it. We can't afford color on our printings anyway. So
The printer's saying it's out of cyan ink though, so the black and white's not working anyways.
so we check out this corpse.
So, Gerrit, looking
Yes.
it over, it's definitely mangled badly, and that makes it much more difficult to really piece it together compared to a relatively intact corpse.
Mm-hmm.
But you definitely see that with the amount of just sort of shred fur that's been scattered all around from the bear, there seems to be less than you would expect. There's some chunks of this bear that don't seem to be here at the end of the day.
Okay, yeah. It definitely strikes me as this is the attack of a predator in the woods, but
The other lead I wanted to follow up on. So the swashbuckler, he's indicated that an owlbear attacked a group of people and killed them, and was going to sell that story, which makes me think it's not too uncommon to think that that is a reasonable thing to expect with a creature such as this. Maybe that warrants tracking this thing down and dealing with it. Maybe it doesn't. But this is kind of near the hunting lands of. In fact, it's just across the river from the main hunting lands that our previous hunters were kicked out of. We wouldn't want them to run afoul of something like this, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, it really depends on, like, if we want to keep the woods safe, are we, like, killing 4 terribly dangerous beasts a day? Or is it just like, oh, there's a couple scattered throughout the woods, and taking them out is actually a relevant task? Because I assume it's more closer to the first one, or it's just like these woods are just filled with scary stuff, and if we just kill everything that's scary, we'll never make our way through the forest. But I don't actually know.
Yeah, we didn't kill all the spiders in the blood tree area.
I
We
thought
just
we
killed
did.
the one that.
I thought Brian
just-
said there wasn't any more traces
There was
of other
one
spiders.
really big spider.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
That's a lot of webbing.
I think that like Gerrit's very easy to convince, and is kind of just like, I don't know, the like, if especially if it's something that's not like a venomous thing that he actively wants to go out to receive items from. A lot of this is like, if it's big enough to fuck up a bear to this extent, it's a dangerous predator for sure. Whether or not that like invokes us to be like, okay, we got to go take this thing out, I could take it or leave it. But I definitely think that it's something that's big enough to fuck up a bear to this extent is something that I would classify as very dangerous.
Yeah, I think I'm actually leaning towards the fence of tracking this thing down. Maybe you got injured in the bear fight, and that might be a reasonable way to dispatch it. And the pure circumstance of like, if I'm looking at the map here, like this is probably territory that the hunters would hit relatively. It's like it's decently close to Oleg's comparatively if they do any forest-based hunting. So that does make me want to search for it. I want to be what my vote is.
I think the idea of this is not a situation that we can just be like, hey, hunters, this thing's out here. If it ambushes you, then you guys are well equipped to deal with it. This is kind of a situation where it's like the hunters may even come to us and be like, hey, we can't hunt over here because there's this big ass owlbear in the area.
The hunters comes back to us and says, hey, we can no longer hunt there. Some of us forever. Yeah,
I think it makes
it's like
sense.
You've convinced me. I'm down.
yeah, and it's like kind of like the going forward strategy. Like if this thing was like 3 tiles to the south or something like that, I don't think I would care so much. I think it's just like, does it conceivably pose a threat that we would have to deal with or assume a non-trivial amount of risk? I feel like that there's a decent chance of threat that poses a non-trivial amount of risk here.
Yeah.
Do we still want to? No, you guys. Are you guys fully healed from your malaria?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Fine.
You
Okay.
did not get to the point of lasting impacts from it. You quickly recovered.
Then I'm fine with
Let's do some hunting.
going to look at the large animal.
What if Perlavash got eaten?
That'd be a bummer. Yeah, let's
That
do
would
some
be a
hunting.
bummer.
You know, if only this book told me anything about like migration patterns of owlbears, or if they're territorial, or if they have slime sacks.
Slime sacks.
If they had slime sacks, I would know. All right. I think that Kalat, you are our resident hunter.
Indeed. You know, I'm ever since, you know, coming down with the minor symptoms of malaria, I've kind of been, you know, not rocking so hot. So let's give it a shot. Never mind. I'm all better.
All right.
He was fixed just like
Turns
that.
Turns out when giant animals actually leave tracks, it's pretty easy to follow them.
Large, bloody claw marks in the ground provide you with ample ability to track this creature.
Just casually scraping out the footprints along the way, so it makes it look like I'm doing something.
You follow for a couple of minutes before out ahead you hear, much softer than before, small hoots and whoos.
Oh, there's always babies.
Oh no, we gotta fight baby owlbears.
Side note, by the way, they did this in Baldur's Gate 3 too.
I have not played Baldur's Gate 3. Original content, do not steal.
All right. We approach with caution, I guess.
And forward stealthing.
Advance using underbrush.
Yeah, still well concealed in the undergrowth. You can spot up ahead the large form of a feathered bear. Certainly the owlbear that you have suspected it was. Beside it is what seems to be almost a nest built into some undergrowth and brushes. Though you cannot see into it, you do just barely spot the tips of 2 beaks pointed up, as the large owlbear seems to have just a massive piece of meat still with a bit of fur on it, certainly from the bear, that it seems to have brought and just dropped next to it. And it is just reaching down and, like, with its beak tearing off a small piece and feeding it to the ones inside.
Can we just appreciate how metal it is that this owlbear killed a bear, ripped it to shreds, and dragged pieces of its corpse back to its babies to feed?
That could be
Nature
us.
is metal, man.
It could be us. I'm down.
I rip off my arm and offer it as sacrifice. Sorry, sacrifice.
Sacrifice!
How do we feel about this? Is this something? This is a very
morally complicated.
This is a very highly neutral scenario for Gerrit. So
I have no moral quandaries about killing baby vicious animals. If we found a nest of like
baby
Pit
Hitlers.
those toads that we've been fighting, we found a nest of its eggs or something, we would have smushed its eggs.
We did literally do that.
did do
Yes,
that.
Yeah,
we already did
just
that.
did There's no
That
difference. There should be no difference other than cuteness factor between the
Are
babies of a
owlbears
frog
trainable?
and the babies of an owlbear.
Are owlbears trainable?
Great
Do
question.
they happen to be
Let me
four of them?
consort the book. I don't know.
It is not mentioned in the book. Let me give a quick.
Does Pathfinder have
nature
rules
roll.
for training animals?
I will tell you, if it is a trainable species, then whether or not there are existing codified rules, it will be able to be trained.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have that in that section. I have that in this section.
I'm imagining, like, does this invoke the subconscious feeling of, oh, I could teach it to be my pet?
Everything.
That's kind of
invokes
up to
that
you.
feeling.
Yeah, the big one. Kill the babies first, though.
Gerrit, you definitely don't know a ton about owlbears, but just from the little bits and pieces you've heard, you remember at one point, and actually Fives, you've heard of a similar story in your time as an investigator of a wealthy merchant who wanted a high status symbol guard and thought that an owlbear would be a good pet for it. And unfortunately for him and the other guard on staff, it was not.
Oh, sad.
The pet got away and the merchant was unhappy.
The wizard story has some truth to it.
Yeah.
There's a grain of
I guess
truth
he
in
was probably
every
just a
fake
bad trainer,
story.
right?
I mean, it could be. If you
Are you a good trainer?
If you were the kind of person who was incredibly confident in their owlbear training skills, I would be willing to let you take a swing at it, but that's your free time, not mine.
Okay, what if instead of you training it, we make a necklace out of its beak?
What about the jewelry aspect, huh?
Have you considered the jewelry angle? I know it's a kind of a staple of mine now at this point.
already getting a turtle shell nest.
But think about a turtle shell, but with a beak on it.
Yeah.
I've got a turtle necklace. I've got a stag necklace.
Just added to the collection.
You could put the little turtle shell with like the stag antlers coming off of it and a beak, owlbear beak on the front, and now you're slowly forming a new animal.
He's going
as
full
a
tribal.
quick note, the beak itself is roughly like 14 inches long.
I mean, no, the baby beaks.
Oh, okay. Those
Yeah.
are only like 3 to 4.
There we go.
By the way, this is two birds with one stone, so to speak. You could get a bear necklace and an owl necklace out of it.
Okay, I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want. Just do what you guys are gonna do.
I
don't think you need my help for this.
That's untrue.
Potentially very untrue.
Yeah. What, in terms of like stature and physical presence, how does that thing look in comparison to the bear? Are we associating like general sizing?
It's a sorry. About a foot taller, roughly 2 feet longer, and a little like more built. And
so like
it
5.
looks substantially more than that, just because the feathers cover like higher surface area outside of its body than bear fur does.
Hey, maybe its bones are hollow up in the front, and they'll be easier to break.
Also, I totally forgot to mention this on the first description of it, but it does have a few deep gouges in its front. Looks fresh. It doesn't look critically wounded by any means, but the bear definitely got a few good swipes in.
Chop, chop.
So I believe I take out my mutagen. I believe this means that we're swinging for the fences here.
Yeah, an adventurer's life isn't always a pretty one.
Yep.
I drink my bestial mutagen preemptively and whip out a couple dwarven daisies as we prepare here.
Dwarven daisies is not a term I am familiar with.
You will be.
You will be.
So about 60 feet apart is where you are, like at the start of this, when you're just sort of peering out from the bushes. If you wish to try and stealth closer without it noticing, you may do so, but you are at like the closest you can get without any chance of being detected.
Including underbrush that I could sneak through with terrain?
You could probably sneak up closer, so long as you're willing to give it the time required. Because I believe that sets your speed to basically 5 feet when you're doing that, if I remember correctly.
5 feet per movement, yeah.
Okay, so 15 per round. That's actually much quicker than I was thinking.
Well, now that I said that, it's been a month. Give me a second.
That sounds right now that you've said it, though. I'm pretty sure that is correct.
You can sneak without attempting a stealth check. As long as you move no more than 5 feet and do not move within 10 feet of an enemy at any point during your movement. Yeah, so whatever sneak is.
Yeah, so yeah, you'll 5 feet per movement is
Okay.
It's an action that normally can move more than 5 feet, but this limits you to it without needing to make the check.
What I'm wearing.
And this allows you to automatically approach creatures to within 15 feet while avoiding notice during exploration, as long as they aren't actively searching or on guard.
Cool.
Okay. Not that I want to be up close and personal with this thing, but
I'm just double checking that my breastplate doesn't give me any negatives to stealth. I don't think it
As
does.
long as you have the strength to meet it, whatever its thing is, then you have no penalties.
Cool. Perfect. I mean, I'm not great at stealth, but I'm down for trying to sneak up a little bit more. If we're wanting to like group sneak up, or if we just want.
oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to expand it.
Mhm.
But I guess I did so in a different way.
That'll do it.
Or if we want like
So,
you
okay.
sneaky guys to like go off to the side or something.
Yeah. How does the concept of like my stance work? Which requires me to, the last thing that I have done is cast a spell in order to enter the stance. But if I do that, say, out of hearing range of the owlbear, could I, for example, just use message or something, whatever, minor or local, and then enter the stance and then approach doing this?
So for stances, and this will also go for wave, sort of the way that I generally envision stances is they are like very intense effort to maintain. Now, if you're sneaking up on someone, you like you know that you're gonna fight right now. This is gonna happen. It just might not happen for another 10 seconds. You can enter the stance and be ready. You cannot, however, enter the stance as you go about your explorations for the day, because maybe you'll come across someone. It is like an intense focus. So long as you're measuring your time frame in like seconds, maybe stretching into minute or two,
Okay.
you can preemptively enter, not longer than that.
Yeah,
So
just so you're aware,
consider-
Robert, the core rules for stances specifically state on there that you can't enter a stance unless you are in combat mode, which means that you've rolled initiative.
Okay. Well, yeah, that works for me.
I am willing to stretch it a little bit in the case of like an ambush situation. It makes sense to me that you could stance and then go in. But that is a good thing to keep in mind. Is like it is very much a in the moment combat kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will head off away from this thing into the underbrush somewhere. And do I have a silent-ish? No, I did the damn thing again.
Mhm.
That's somatic and verbal. Do I have any non-verbal spells?
I would say if you've got something that doesn't have a verbal component, you could prepare a stance. If it does have verbal component, if you're getting all the way out of range of that is too far removed to maintain the mental discipline for the stance.
Yep. Then I will not enter into a stance. I'll just get close.
So how close are people trying to be?
I am definitely not going to be the closest, but I will try to be within 20 feet if anyone gets closer than that.
Yeah, like it's kind of hard to tell without knowing like what the area looks like. Is being 35 feet away like something to be like, oh well, you'd actually be right there, so no.
This is not a clearing. It's like dense woods throughout. There is cover, there is concealment, all the way up to like. If you were perfectly silent, you could like touch it from concealment.
Reach out and grab one of the babies and go back under the underbrush.
Yeah. It's just sort of like patchy, open, concealed bits of open area, another tree here, all around in every direction kind of situation.
Okay. I think I'm going to get 35 feet away then.
I'm going to get to within 10 feet. You also said that the babies had 3 to 4 inch long beaks. How big are these things?
You can't really see all of them because they're like almost entirely concealed by the nest, and you can't tell if the ground of it is raised or sunken or where it is.
Okay.
Though just from the looks of it, the nest seems basically as tall as they are, so unless they're able to climb out on their own, they might just be sort of trapped inside.
Okay.
They're huggable sized, Robert.
We got fixed.
Yeet.
Anything is huggable sized once.
Anything is huggable sized for me. I don't necessarily have too much intention of like sneaking very successfully. So if you're intending to like be sneaky, I'd suggest doing it slightly away from me. Just as a general
ready
rule.
to, like, jump into combat. I don't have any particular prep other than get kind of close-ish to it and then go into combat.
All right. Just to make it easy on me, can you all just type in the distance you want to start if nothing goes wrong in your stealth approach?
10 feet.
Would I be able to just constantly, before we
that.
start, just keep devising a stratagem till I get a good strategy in mind?
Yeah, I would say you could do that. You can take your time to study for the perfect opportunity. Though the longer you stay there, that would open up the chances of detection.
Actually.
Okay.
I actually would like to be 30 feet, and I'll drink one more elixir before we begin our movement in.
Okay,
drink my Cheetah elixir.
I'm going to be next to Kalat, because like I said, I don't want to be the closest. So.
Alright. Kalat, Fives, and Gerrit. No, sorry. Not Kalat. Wave. Everyone but Kalat. Give me a stealth check.
I can do this. I have cheetah blood running through my veins. Yeah!
Wow, I have +7 and I rolled so poorly. I'm just shaking. My teeth are chattering.
It's them animals, man. They awaken something primal in you.
I lean over like, it doesn't have ooze. It was just a joke.
As you begin to approach, the group makes it up to about 45 feet away, where it suddenly just lifts its head up from the cubs and just inhales deeply, turning towards you.
And by you mean...
Food has arrived.
It's time for the sacrifice.
So that is actually something I should have asked. Are you collectively grouped, or are you trying to do this from different sides?
I would probably be trying to get up there first, honestly. Probably what I would tell the group.
I think the rest of us are probably pretty much just grouped up, though.
So yeah, Kalat, you can be out ahead if you wish. If you told them to hold back for your approach.
Mm-hmm.
You would get up to about 30 feet away when this occurs. So
Okay.
Kalat will be 30 feet. The rest of everyone else is 60 feet, as it seems to have smelled you.
Does it give indication that it's noticed me?
It does. It doesn't seem to like see you, but it's sniffing the air and it turns towards you in a way that you'd be very surprised if it was by pure happenstance.
Just lifts arm. Oh shit! No wonder. It's that bog that we slept in
You've
recently.
been sweating all night too. It's been.
Yeah.
We are going to be rolling initiative here.
Let's go.
As your surprise was interrupted, you will not have stealth on it, or surprise on it. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we did this for the last solo fight. We're gonna try it again. Of everyone is going to roll initiative separately, but it's going to basically be grouped into people that got above the monster go, then the monster goes, then everybody goes in whatever order you wish.
Okay.
Are we rolling initiative perception? Initiative
Yes,
just
this will be perception, as it's more your ability to react to its awareness of you.
Yeah, and I have surprise initiative or incredible initiative, and I can also use nanite surge on this.
Okay, he's
Did you use
fast.
nanite surge earlier? I don't remember how fast it comes back.
I forget. Once per hour. I used it. Oh, I used it on the bear.
Yeah, so
I
you
used it on the
used
bear
within the hour.
Yeah, I have. Yep. Forgot about that. I thought it was like a 10-minute thing. It eventually becomes something very quick, but it's not now. So I just get a +2 bonus. Then.
That's a bonus to initiative, higher than any of our initiatives.
It indeed is. Let's see.
Oh.
Fast boy. Don't worry, that's probably for the babies.
Way up along the
Oh
top.
God.
Whoops, that's bigger than I meant it to be.
Jesus.
I'm just gonna drag all of you on there. This just gives an easy place to both track health if you go there, but gives me an at-a-glance health bar for everyone. And
Cool.
also, I forgot to mention it before this, but when you roll initiative, if we're on this map, if you click on your own token, then it will automatically put it in the party tracker. But I will add them for now.
So, Dooms, I think you accidentally added 20 to that mob.
I am afraid I did not.
Laughing. I'm in danger.
I'm in danger. So I forgot to do that step.
Just remember that, like, initiative doesn't necessarily mean dex bonus, because you
True.
do it off of your, like, perception, which could be enhanced by, like, extra senses. And
Or being an owl.
Or it could have +13 dex or something. I don't fucking know.
I mean, regardless, I'm afraid of anything that has a +13 right now.
I think that's a reasonable assessment.
True.
So, since it got higher than everyone, though, the actual individual initiatives of your own are not relevant, as you will be able to intermingle actions as you have been doing so previously. So,
Cool.
So do I need to be like 30 feet in front of the
I did
group?
not actually type all that out.
These are just for tracking health bars.
Yeah.
They're not for positioning.
You're at the halfway point between us
yeah,
and
we-
Bear.
I think this one is fine to do as theater of the mind without drawing out a map for.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
You're
the
getting seconds anyways.
the owlbear goes first, as it begins to just immediately stampede out towards Kalat, raising up its beak and giving out just a piercing screech, echoing out for likely miles around. Everybody, give me a will save. This has emotion, fear, and mental tags on the off chance you have anything that interacts with them.
Please,
I
please
do.
Give me a will save.
Penalty to
Oh,
reflex
well,
saves, not
Save
will
Will.
Save
We're,
my
we're
will.
on that low roll hype train.
We're just getting them
I'm,
out of the
uh,
way. We're getting them out of the way.
I'm emotionally unaware, so I take a -1 penalty to diplomacy and performance checks and perception checks to sense motives. Are you hostile?
Yes.
Something's wrong here. Look at us.
Oh shit, dude.
Killing it.
So, Fives, Wave, and Kalat. You just feel this supernatural sense of terror deep within you as you are all frightened too.
I dislike this description and the fact that you skipped Gerrit's name.
Gerrit,
What's up?
something about this screech just calls out not just to you, but to Hack as well. And it immediately activates him in just a moment of terror. You are frightened 3, and your next turn is running away from it with all 3 actions.
Understandable.
Holy shit.
I'm fleeing.
Bye.
1, 2, 3.
It stampedes all the way up to Kalat, though that is its turn.
5's turn. Fuck.
There's soft hooting behind it from the two cubs.
Oh, it's got
As
cheerleaders.
you hear little scratches against the wooden nest.
All right, I'm gonna spend my turn going in and murdering the babies. All right, you guys take care of the mom.
I'll distract it. Hey, you want your
I'm
baby?
just like, don't upset her even more.
Meanwhile, Gerrit's like, get it, and then you just hear.
Dunk, 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 dunk.
All right.
Well, I run away by 90 feet.
Oh, you're fast.
I drank
I
a
forgot
cheetah
about
elixir
that.
for this exact situation.
Bye. I forget. Do I actually have? No.
Remind me what Frightened 2 does again, or what does Frightened do to me?
So frightened basically reduces every number that interacts with a d20 on your side or theirs by the number of the frightened condition.
Okay.
So you have -2 to hit, -2 to skill checks, -2 to your armor class.
Oh, I
-2
see. It
to your will
applied
save.
to it. It applied.
Yeah,
to
it should
everything
auto
already. Okay, cool.
do everything it needs.
Cool.
I'm gonna enter shark stance and then move up to it and then punch it.
Flank it.
All right.
Is he able to flank it?
With your fast speed, you are able to flank it. Yes.
Okay. Shark strike flanking. I will use my flurry of blows to punch it once, and then punch it twice.
As your fists strike into it, its feathers do not feel like bird feathers. It is as though they are made of iron. As you are unable to breach its feathered exterior.
I pet it instead. They're there.
Alright, that's wave. Gerrit is running. Also, at the end, as a reminder, at the end of your turn, your frightened status decreases by one value.
Nice. Am I no
you are
longer
next to
fleeing at this point?
Yeah,
Cool.
that was the one round of like panicked flight, and now you're just frightened too, but of your own mind again.
Cool.
Well, I am going to try and devise a stratagem.
Okay. Make your
We're gonna need
analysis.
one.
So that's
Got
plus
an
2.
opening as it seems distracted by
21.
wave behind it.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Good one.
Cool.
Wait,
I'm
and
gonna
what
Beat
do
it
you?
up.
You can confer a bonus to me now, right?
If I hit. Well, I did hit since I'm going to use it. And yes, I believe it just makes it flat-footed towards you.
Which is
Yeah.
already flat-footed because I'm flanking it.
Yeah,
That is
but
correct.
but that's all it does at this point in time. Later on, when I get more levels, it gets
Mhm.
better. But
Also, you add your intelligence modifier to your attack roll, right? Instead of your physical
I already-
modifier.
So
I already did. It's plus 4, but then -2 because of the frightened. So plus 2.
Alright, so attacking it then?
Yes.
you have to
Alright.
move to get in range of that, right?
No, I'm 20 feet. I started 20 feet. Which is-
It interrupted before you guys got to your
Yeah.
position.
Oh,
We were
You're
furthest
30
away.
feet behind Kalat. So you
I'm
will need to move up to be in range if you want to keep hold of your rope.
Okay, so I need to move 10 feet up?
Yeah, just one move action and you're good.
Cool. Alright, so I do that, and then let's attack.
All right,
that's
it's a
not-
hit. So you don't need to worry about that number because you've got your stratagem.
Heck yeah, look at the damage.
Is
As
it a
your
crit?
Ackley's crashes into it for 7. Actually, let me double check. I don't think it is, but what is your bonus on that? Because Frighten brings it down, so it is not a crit. But
21.
it does definitely hit.
Okay.
21.
It's way
Yeah,
more
because
than
I should get
21.
+4 for intelligence, but then -2 because of frightened, right?
So that's to your normal mod is a +5 while frightened. Int is 2 higher than your dex, so it's basically a +7 for this attack. So you've got a 26 on that.
You add you're trained in your weapon, so you add your level.
Level +2.
Level +2.
Oh, so I also add my weapon modifier to the device of
Yeah.
stratagem roll?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
thought the device of stratagem was just straight substitution.
It just replaces the dex component of your attacks roll with the int component.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
just straight
okay.
up
And the
way
dice
better.
component. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Mhm. So yeah, that is a hit for 7 points of damage as your Ackley's thuds into its feathers, and you see it just like bend the thick, almost iron-like feathers of the creature.
And that's one attack, and then my next attack I'll recall my Acquai, and then I'm done.
That's all 3 actions though, because you planned a stratagem, moved, and attacked.
I keep forgetting plan a stratagem is a move, is an action. Keep forgetting that. Okay.
All
My
right.
rope's just dangling out there.
Kalat,
Strip
it is flat-footed for you.
I will strike at it with my halberd, just as a normal attack.
Hey. That will miss as you see sparks just shred off of its feathers from your halberd.
Did that work correctly? Yes, because I should be at a +9 bonus right now, right? I don't know what the
You
bonus
have a
is
+9
typically.
bonus to your roll. You rolled a 3 with a +9.
Well, I rolled a 3 with a... Yeah, but the 2 of it was from the flat-footedness.
Yeah, if you have a +9 bonus to hit, just swinging a weapon with no modifiers at all, then it is correct.
Yes.
Because you
I'm
have
trying
a
to figure out.
-2 from frightened and a +2 from flanking.
Yes. I don't think it kept it, actually.
It looks correct.
Wave, what's your plus to hit right now?
I don't know.
So his
nor
plus
do I
hit should
have
be
an
a
easy way
9.
of finding that out.
So
Yeah.
your
You
plus
added
math?
7 to your roll.
your plus hit should be a 9 if you have a decent stat line.
We're level 3,
But
right?
it what it does is it takes your... I've been trying to figure this out as well. It takes your modifier, and instead of your modifier being a +9, your modifier is a +7 because you're frightened too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Okay,
rolled
cool.
a 3
Frightened is
plus
big.
7 and then +2 because of the flanking.
Yep,
The
all right.
flanking isn't built into any of these, but the
Oh, Robert has an additional +2 in here for something.
Yes, I have mine checked to ask for bonuses every roll. So I could just say +2 for flanking. Okay, so that misses. I kind of expected that. I will, as my second
It does
action.
not crit miss, I will note.
Okay, good. Neat.
welcome to
I will-
Christmas.
Second action, cast shield.
Okay.
And then as third action, I will enter my arcane cascade stance.
All right. You conjure up your arcane offenses and defenses, seeing your halberd unable to pierce through its hide. And that is everyone, as the owlbear is rather peeved with you lot.
Yes, but Fives did the most peeving because he was the only one to injure it.
It is
I
going
tell the
to
owlbear, we don't have attacks of opportunity. You may proceed.
It is going to start out with pecking you, Kalat, with its beak.
Could we not? I think I have 20 AC right now.
Current. You have 20 AC in the quick reference sheet.
Yes, but I'm at -2 from. Well, no, -1 from frightened because frightened 2 drops frightened 1,
Yep,
and then
forgot
shield
about that.
cancels that.
So that will hit you.
What?
As it
Wait, hold on.
plunges into you and tears off a piece of flesh, dealing 14 points of damage to you. It then just immediately turns and swipes out with a claw out at Wave from behind.
Whoa!
Oh.
For 11 points of piercing damage as the claws of its talons rake across you.
Not a critical,
also,
right?
Not a critical, no.
Okay.
It attempts to just pin you to the ground with, not actually fully to the ground, but tries to start with a grapple attempt.
Me?
Yes.
All right, and I don't roll for this, right? It's
Yeah,
just
this is your
my-
fortitude bonus plus 10.
Okay, so 18 is my fortitude DC.
All right. And it does grab a hold of you with that. As it is using part of its claws grab action, it does not take its multi-attack penalty on this. And that is its turn. You are grappled.
So, just for those purposes, we could deduce that its claw attack is less plus hit than its beak attack. Because it hit me with a plus 13, but didn't crit.
So it does multi-attack penalty on stuff. So its
right,
claw will have a minus to hit over its first attack.
Listen, it's
or
been
if
a
they
month.
swap the order.
All right, I'm caught back up on the mechanics.
But you do see that it seems very proficient in grappling something that it successfully sinks a claw into.
Can I learn that?
No, you didn't see it.
can I also
You're
learn
120
that?
feet away.
Looking the wrong way, sorry.
Oh man. Well, that ruins some potential strategic retreating, but I think that I just spend my entire turn running back.
All right, as your frightened drops down to frightened 1 at the end of that.
I am
Our
now
fourth
at
member's on the
neutral,
way back. He's
30 feet away.
getting something from the river. My Cascade Stance gives me 1 temp HP.
Okay. You are protected. You feel invulnerable.
Yeah.
Kevin, do you want to go ahead and attack this thing first?
Well, I'm gonna devise a stratagem first.
Hey.
Let's see if it's a good plan.
Oh yeah,
That's probably
pretty good plan.
a good idea.
Somebody can roll well. Also, your rope is extended. How do you use that to trip people? Is it just like when it's extended?
Yes, I can do it. Instead of making an attack, I can make an action to trip.
Okay.
Wouldn't this be one of those times where it might be worthwhile?
No.
Can devise a strategy
giant
not trip?
bear thing. It might be kind of hard to trip.
Devise a stratagem can, just as a note.
Okay.
What does tripping it do?
While you are on the ground, you are flat-footed to others. You have a -2 to hit other people, and it is an action to stand. And I don't think anyone has attacks of opportunity at this point, but if they did, it would provoke.
Okay.
It's pretty strong. Less inherently for this case, but
Yeah.
I mean a -2 and an action cost could, provided like it wants to use it, that could be worth it.
Yeah, I'll still have at the end of this I'll have another rope extended. So I'll do it the next turn when you guys are closer, wailing on it.
So what are you doing? Sorry, I didn't quite follow the end action result of that.
So
You
one
devise a
action is
stratagem.
devise a stratagem. The other action is to recall the apply. The third action is to throw it back out again.
All right, that is a hit, and you strike it for 3 points of damage. Still the only one to have hit this creature multiple times, other than the bear. The bear did get some.
That's low damage.
I would like to not be grappled. How do I go about doing that?
You can take the escape action. you make a check using your unarmed attack modifier against the DC of whatever is holding you. So athletics
That's
for
interesting.
this case, since it is grappling you.
Okay.
If you crit pass, you are freed and get a free 5-foot stride. If you succeed, you just pass and get free. And if you crit fail, you don't get free, cannot try again this turn. It also has the attack tag, so this trying to break out counts towards multi-attack penalty.
Okay. So I could just roll my unarmed fist strike as the roll, and that would be
Yes,
equivalent.
it will be the same math.
Okay, I will do that then.
Okay.
Oof. Today is the day of days. Do I add +2 for flanking?
You would not get flanking on this, nor would it make a difference.
Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna punch it twice.
Fair.
And I do still get flanking for this one, right?
You do get flanking, though this will be your second and third attack.
Second, third.
Oh,
You know?
baby, a triple.
Hey, let's
you're-
go.
Your first swing out does not connect any more than just glancing off of its feathers.
Jeez.
But with your third or second strike, I guess, as it's turned towards you, you spot a little bit under its chin where the feathers seem much smaller, and you're able to land a very solid blow, striking into it as you see several of the feathers just break off at the connection of your fist.
Oh, wave.
So let's see, that is 28 damage, but you add +2 because it's the attack 3, which is also doubled. So that's 32 damage. And it's also a backstabber, which is an extra damage, which is also doubled. So that brings it to 34 damage on that crit.
Nice.
Holy shit!
Also, that +10 -10 is pretty intense.
Let's go.
With just a mighty blow, it just is reeling backwards from this. Just keeping sort of one claw outstretched to keep you grabbed, and mainly trying to hold you like at arm's length from it now.
All right, let's try that one more time. I got one last punch attempt left.
All right,
Please.
Nope.
it's ready this time.
But now that it's distracted, now it's my turn.
It seems incredibly focused on wave. Anyone that is not wave has +2 to hit it, in addition to if it is flat-footed or not.
Oh, okay. I am going to.
Yes, you are no longer frightened.
Well, yeah, after a hit like that. I'm gonna fuck you up. What do I have prepared here? Yes. Alright, I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp in a spell strike. Battery exhausted. Goodbye, Colin.
Yes.
Well-
The downside of switching over to not plugged in. Yeah, so I figured out what's wrong with my camera. It's not my camera or the connector. It's the battery.
Charger or something?
I have like a. So these cameras have battery packs in them, but I bought a thing that looks like a battery pack, but at the end of it is instead connected to a wall outlet, and you shove it up inside the camera, and then it pretends to be a battery. The problem is that it doesn't sit all the way up in there, and so before, like, I had like a kind of janky setup to get it to like stay pushed up in, and that's just no longer working at all. So I'm gonna have to buy a new extender thing.
It's just a tired cord.
A different brand, because this one didn't really work very well.
Are you using those red ones?
No, it's not anything like that. This is like a special other thing.
That seems like a much easier solution than if it was the webcam itself that you needed a new one, though.
Yeah, this is like an actual camera, so I would not be replacing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good that that's not what's needed.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So for devise the stratagem, I substitute my intelligence instead of using strength for the attack modifier.
Mhm.
Does that also include the damage part of it too?
It is just for the 2 hit.
Okay,
You still have normal damage on with it.
cool. I'm recreating a new thing so I can just click a button and it'll whirl the attack
That's
stratagem
smart.
and the attack at the same time.
All right,
Sounds
so I get a
good.
+4 bonus to this as I swing with my halberd, using shocking grasp inside of it.
All right.
Yeet.
And that will, let's see, that doesn't include the +4 already, does it? Oh,
think
it
it does.
does.
Oh
That
no.
will glance off of its feathered hide. Electricity just sparking into the feathers as it just sparks off from its hide.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it is not enough.
Well, then I'm gonna follow up with Arcade and Cascade. How does it? Spell Strike misses, so therefore Spell Strike is gone. Okay, I'm gonna use a conflict spell, which is
All
going
right.
to be Thunder Strike. That means I just need to roll to hit again, and then the effects of that will occur otherwise.
All right.
So this would be-
It is a large enough creature that you can angle it to not hit Wave.
That was my next question. All right, attack 2 with a bonus of 4. Hey,
That is just barely going
Wait,
to miss.
oh
I'm
shit.
sorry.
you made me
That's-
think that. You made me
you
think an
missed
18
by
was.
1 point.
Ugh. All right,
As
well, I go sit down in the corner.
its iron-like feathers repel yet another blow. I am sorry.
And this
Uh,
is extra +2 for it being focused on me, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
already
yeah.
in the
Yep,
roll.
he's got the +4 on it.
Yeah, we're struggling rolling like above an 8.
Does this do anything on a miss? The thunderous strike.
Yes, actually. You swing your mass weapon, you make a melee strike. Each creature within a 15-foot cone of my designation must attempt a basic fortitude save. I can spell save DC.
All right. What is that DC?
What? Yes. 17, I think. Oh,
It will crit pass and take no damage from that.
Okay.
It's not our lucky day. Like, it's
Nope.
Tevin's lucky day, but none of the rest of ours lucky days.
I haven't gotten into the fight yet, all right?
Wouldn't
Oh,
consider
it's
it a
true,
lucky
true.
day.
Lucky man is on the way.
It's just a no bones day. Just had to wait a little bit longer.
It is a no bones day.
Oh, no.
my frightened is over.
All right. Yes.
Yes.
Everyone's frightened is over except for Gerrit,
Yes.
which is at frightened 1.
Yes.
As it is the owlbear's turn once more, as it is entirely focused on you, Wave.
Did I go again?
You
I
did.
believe you were the first
did.
one
I did.
active
Okay.
round.
You hit it for
It's
3
just been
damage.
so long. I just want to hit things again.
Fair.
Wave, it focuses on you and tries to peck into you with its beak.
My
Huh?
eyes!
And
That's pretty good.
that misses by 1.
Let's
As
go!
you just barely avoided.
Thank you, boy.
As you are currently flat-footed for being grabbed.
Yeah, I figured.
It then follows it up with just trying to rake its claw already into you deeper.
Well, so that means it
Missing?
has a +15 to hit. What the fuck?
Wait, your armor class is 19, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but it's 17 with flat-footed.
Yeah.
And you rolled a 2? So,
Okay, I did bad math there. It missed by 2.
okay.
Okay.
Oh, I missed my 2.
Oh, only a 14 to hit.
Yeah, 13 or something.
Wait.
Oh, wow.
A lot.
don't
It has a
It
lot.
has a lot to
hit.
hit.
It has a lot to hit, yes.
No
that is
worries.
the correct
It
answer.
does the big bonk.
Yeah, is the number of a lot to hit 15 or more? If so, Wave is taking damage.
Yeah.
With its final attack, it tries to squeeze its claw into you with a third swing.
Another
However, it got since it did not hit you with a claw attack, you are able to escape its grasp. You are no
Let's
longer grappled.
go. 3.
It is your turns.
Uh,
You have been spared this day.
I would like to take a moment here.
Today is officially Tuesday.
I'm going to run the final 30 feet up to it, and I'm going to attempt to shove the creature.
All right. Are you trying to shove it prone or?
I'm trying to shove it back 1 square.
Wave is behind it because Kalat and Wave are currently flanking.
Okay.
Are you trying to shove it like to the side then? I'm trying to.
Yeah, I have something that has splash damage. I don't want to hit my friends if I can avoid it.
Can I go
So
first?
I'm gonna
Because I
attempt to
need it to be exactly in its range right now. Because if you
Oh,
move
yeah,
it,
go
it's
ahead.
out of my range. Okay. So I am going to do the classic.
Oh, Classico. There you go.
Now
He's
it's
good at
incorporated.
these.
All right. So you're just cautiously taking a few moments to really like analyze its opening before another throw colliding directly into it with a third good blow from the Achilles. 7.
So that was another 3 turns just to do that one attack. Another 3 actions.
Hey, that is
Combo.
you are 3 out of the 4 hits on this creature this combat.
Yeah, not worried about the 3 action combo being required.
All right. So yeah, if you shove it, it will still be adjacent to both Kalat and Wave, but you will be able to target it without splashing on either of them.
Okay, good.
Or, depending on where you angle on it, you could splash and only hit one of the 2 right now.
Okay, right. Oh, that was what I was about to ask. Also, was if there was a way to do that. Cool.
If it
Yes,
doesn't
there
work,
is.
just hit me with
No,
it.
there is. I'm gonna move 5 feet back. I have a ranged weapon.
Ah, that totally
That
works. That
See
saves me an action.
murder friend running up, and I just take a 5-foot step back, and then pause the rest of my turn.
So
Wait,
you see,
wait. You know those like the suicide grunts in Halo, where they're like running in with the 2 bombs in each hand.
you see the suicide grunt in Halo running at you, and you're like crafting knowledge is realizing that Hack has a new toy to play with, and as I run up, I have these 2 like They're both, they kind of like open up like flowers, but they have like spikes in the bottom of them, and they're just like red tubes. And I put both of them in my mouth and rip the tags off of them, and they start sparking, and I try to stab them into the owlbear.
Lord.
So
And
this
produces a splash effect, and you're in melee with it.
This it said I'm not too worried about it. This is a strike effect. And is a bomb, so I don't know what my actual modifier here is. I guess it'd be my.
It'd just be your normal bomb, but with strength mod instead of dex, and also +2 for flanking and another +2 because it's focused on wave.
Okay, and my normal bomb is trained. So my normal bomb is +4 because I only have 1 dex, so that goes up to a +6 total with fear, and then the +2.
2 +2s.
2
1 for
+2.
flanking, 1 for hyper focus on wave.
Okay, so that's +6 +2 +2. Boom. That's the first one.
And that will hit.
And there's technically things that can happen here, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll the effects. I didn't actually get the Dwarven Daisy put into my thing properly. Unless I did. Oh, I totally... Apparently it's a +5, but according to this. So it deals 10 damage.
Okay.
We both take the 2 splash damage. And then we...
Oh, you didn't -1 for your frightened, did you? And it's doing that on your sheet.
Yeah, in the first calculation, it was missing the -1 from frightened, but it doesn't really matter.
It makes no difference.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's why it's a 5 instead of 6. That makes sense. So yeah, it takes 10 damage. We both take 2 splash damage, and then we both have to make fortitude saves. DC is
I believe-
18.
I believe the dazzle is just the creature hit.
Okay,
the
cool.
Splash damage is only the fire.
Oh yeah, the creature struck by it. Sick. I don't have to make the fortitude save.
So, what is the DC on this? Did you say?
18, because this is the moderate.
Let's
fakes
go.
it.
Maybe?
17. He failed.
Yeah! I don't actually know what Dazzle does.
Dazzle, I believe it's like basically
better.
whenever he would hit, he needs to roll a flat, unmodified d20, and on a 5 or higher, he still hits.
Okay.
Otherwise, he just like is kind of dazed and swings at what he thought was you.
Your eyes are overstimulated. If vision is your only precise sense, all creatures and objects are concealed from you.
Yep.
Well, then I have the second Dwarven Daisy, which I can just roll, and this is -5.
With the +4 to hit on top of that, unless that's already.
It's
Oh,
not
that's-
already in there. The +4 is not
the
already in
-5 isn't either.
Yeah.
So with that will be a miss. However, you still get the 2 points of burn on both of you.
there.
As
fun item.
this owlbear just screeches out in pain as part of its backside is just scorched by this sudden fire as the smoke kind of drifts all around, concealing its vision and obscuring its gaze, though it does still seem to try and fix on Wave.
Very fair. That's the end of my actions.
All right.
Right. I look at the halberd. You can do this. we're gonna connect. And I telekinetic projectile it.
Take a
with spell
swing.
strike. Still at +4?
Yep.
Hey,
Hey, there you go.
He
Nice.
did it.
For 14 damage as the halberd slices into it, and then
And then the telekinetic projectile, it literally just like causes erratic vibrating motions, and it just like hacks into the creature with telekinetic energy.
Ooh.
as it dices into it further. The actual 2-hit roll on this,
Oh.
unfortunately, is not used.
Yeah. If I had crit with my previous attack, it would take the crit damage here. So it does 13.
That is a 27 damage
Oh.
swing.
Also, it does an additional 1 damage from Arcane Cascade.
Oh, right,
Shield
yep.
is Abjuration, and so therefore Arcane Cascade does force damage. Takes an additional 1 force damage.
As your halberd just chops into it and then just pulses through, cutting deeper. Wave, I believe you're the only one with actions left.
And I'm just gonna punch it. Those fancy people and their fancy things.
It is looking very heavily wounded.
Strategies
But not from
and
your side.
bombs. Good old fashioned punching time. All right. So this is taking in consideration flanking. Boop.
That is a hit.
Oop.
That is not a hit.
And then my second action is boop. And my third action is boop.
And but that first strike was a hit for 8, and then you're flanking, so that's a 9 damage.
Woo!
And with that, you deliver what you are certain to be a lethal blow. Blood is just dripping out of it. Any sort of reasonable creature would be unconscious from its wounds, quickly bleeding out. Though this owlbear is not. It is dying one, but it is still standing and fighting.
It's an
Mama
undead
bear.
owlbear.
I do have the flanking damage boost on my Shark Strike built into the Shark Strike flanking.
Oh, okay.
Just as FYI.
I will take away 1 damage, but it does not actually change now.
Okay, good.
But good to know for future.
I have a non-flanking version of the attack I can use.
Okay. The owlbear is still incredibly focused on Wave, especially because you just hit it again. How dare you?
How dare you?
As it goes to peck into you with its beak.
Ah.
However,
It's Wednesday.
it cannot seem to land on nimble
It's
Wave
Wednesday,
as it
dudes.
goes to swipe with a claw.
Another one.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And its final action, another claw.
Oh shit!
Oh, no.
That one does connect into you with a hit. For a D10 10 plus 6 for 16 damage as it tears away at you. Though it
Bridges your
does
neck
not
sideways.
grapple you this time. That is its turn. It is still standing.
Get him!
Stop!
right.
Hold on, Fives. This
Okay.
could be really good for your mental progress against animals. Why don't you try and hit that thing?
Finish it off, Fives. You can
I
do
mean,
it.
try. I have been. So I do need to move. How far did Gerrit move him back? Because I have to. Move.
I didn't actually shove him.
Oh, you
He was
did.
in the
Okay.
same spot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So. No.
You got both of them with you. Just throw twice. The first one misses.
You can do that.
Can I devise a stratagem twice on the same turn?
You can't
No.
devise twice, but you could just make
Yeah.
a normal attack and throw with a -5 to hit.
Yeah.
It won't have great odds, but you could get it.
All right, let's go with a normal number attack 2. Nope.
And that will bounce off of its tough feathers.
All right, let's wait around, and then let's have him do it again.
No.
I'm gonna rage and try to bite this creature.
Take a chomp.
Jump. Oh shit. All right, how about
You crunch on the feathers, but can't seem to bite through them.
my turn to use
the
my
inside of your
inferior
mouth.
claws on it. Okay, never mind.
Too inferior, I'm afraid.
At least I'm raging.
You are raging.
I'm gonna kick it in the mouth.
Try and finish it off. Go for it.
That's it.
He got it.
Punch, 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 punch. Kick it in the mouth.
27 more damage.
With your first strike, it goes to dying 2. You then miss, but then a crit adds 2 to the dying value, bringing it to dying 4, which is enough to kill any creature without Die Hard. As it still is standing in front
Let's
of you.
I want you
go.
to know how much damage that I just output there.
You did a lot.
I just killed it again. By
12,
actually the first one might not crit, so that's fine.
yeah, the first one would not crit, but that's still 12 plus 31, so 43 damage, I think, from those 2 hits.
Kabonk.
It seems teetering on the brink as though any hit could bring it down.
Don't miss, Robert.
I swing at it twice.
You don't have like magic missile or something? Don't never miss.
No.
Throw a rock at it.
Throw another rock.
Okay, I throw a rock at it with telekinetic projectile.
All right, sling a rock.
Hey.
Oh, let's go.
It's a
Cut
crit.
his head off.
Having taken a step back, you focus your energy. There's a small boulder just about this big off to the side, and with a momentary glance at it, it just flings over, colliding directly into the side of its head just below the eye, as you all hear just a massive crack of bone as its skull is broken by this telekinetic rock, as it falls to the ground, leaving you with only whoo around.
And then we murder the baby owlbears.
The women and children, too.
They are young, trapped, and defenseless. If you wish to end them, you may do so. You do not need rolls.
Who among us is the best chef?
I figured that'd be whoever has the highest survival.
Listen,
Maybe
when you're
society?
when you're on the road, you're not looking to like make good food. You're just subsistent food.
Crafting?
I think survival would be like used for in terms of like, this is meat that is able to be eaten, but is not necessarily the same skill of taking that meat and going, I'm going to make something that I could sell to the aristocrats with this.
So maybe society?
I think you can make a case for society or a lore skill.
Listen, if you're someone who is trained up in being someone successful in society, cooking is absolutely necessary as a skill to do that. Like even in current culture, whether you're rich or you're poor, if you're gonna be a good host or a good like social, like cooking is the fastest way to everybody's heart.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
can
let everyone.
you can also
Well, I was
think of
gonna
it
say,
as like when you use society as a skill to like subsist and like make a living wage, how much you can stretch that like the food that you do bring in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say society is the default. Crafting I would allow if you were like specifically kind of a food approach and not like a weaponsmith, or if you had a lore skill that would obviously trump all. But society would be like the default generic skill. I think I would assign to that.
Oh my
Underworld lore.
lord!
I'm gonna low roll the.
Oh wait.
Oh no, here we
I'm gonna
go.
low roll the shit out of this, but I do have an 8 in society. So my plan
I
is
have
that
an
I'm gonna
11.
Oh,
Oh,
five is a
fine.
better cook.
Yeah, good. I'm not a cook anyways.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I guess you should have.
I'll
Yeah,
I'll
that's
let
still not bad.
I'll let you deal with cleaning these owlbear babies.
I have never cooked owlbear before in my life. I don't have the proper utensils here. I need my kitchen.
Listen, if I were to give a random peasant the job of cooking an owlbear meat, and they got a 12, that's not too bad. I
Yeah.
can see it way worse.
Ultimately, you are quite skilled in this, but you know that for the kind of meat that would like the kind of way that you would cook meat like owlbear that would be to work through something of that consistency would normally be like a very high heat, really gotta like rend all the fat out of it, but it's not something that you can do at a campfire.
It's so
So
gamey. It's overpowering. I don't
you
have the
make
right herbs and spices.
you do make the best you can with it, far above what the average person would just be able to do with this. It's more a product of your circumstances out in the wilderness than your ability to cook.
That's good
You
copium.
you produce a meal out of it. It's definitely gonna be better than the bland rations that you've been used to. Sadly, it's not the feast that you're sure you could have done in a castle kitchen.
Is it me
So-
that is wrong? No, it's my tools.
The tools are the problem.
Since the owlbear had just presumably recently consumed some bear, doesn't that kind of make it like a turducken sort of situation where we have owlbear baron?
Yeah, yes, you can add a little bit of bear into that if you want.
I do.
Is any of its like animalness useful? Like it's hide, it's feathers.
Yeah,
it's
we
beak.
probably do carve this thing up.
Its coat of feathers, you would know have value both in their durability and in their fashion. It is something that people would pay for to have a robe of owlbear feathers, especially in some like this is probably something that Kalat would have seen quite a bit in particular in the lands of Numeria. In the cold winters, like a cape of owlbear feathers is a strong status symbol. It's something that you could get value out of,
Is it something
even
like
if not a whole lot
one
of
of these?
efficiency. Between you guys and your horses, you would be able to do so. Yes.
Let's do it.
Are the beaks generally worth anything, or the claws?
Not outside of occasional collectors, but the kind of people that would collect those tend to. It's like I did this more than I bought it at the market.
Like a trophy. Yeah.
Yes.
Like we promised 5's a trophy, so we're taking the beak.
Here you go. 5's just it's a mask. Great. I'm making a motion with my hands that you can't see right now, but it's beautiful, I promise.
Give me a survival check for skinning this massive creature. It's were it merely a bear, you'd be able to do so with your proficiency with ease, but its feathers are like iron, and that is a lot harder to actually skin than most things.
So I've been walking into every roll tonight with a sense of like defeatedness already. But I'm gonna try a little bit of bravado. I got this. Hey, I rolled above a 10.
That's above average. You're able to make your way with your knife around this creature. It takes a while. It takes the better part of the afternoon. It's a very slow process separating it out. But you do have a nice meal of owlbear meat waiting for you in the middle. And eventually you are able to gather this owlbear hide, feathers all attached to it.
Sweet.
Hey Doc, could I get some healing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Much appreciated, sir.
As a quick note, this also is like over the course of hours, so you would be able to heal up everybody with ease during this time.
Yay!
Be-
I
be
was
healed
very
up
low
with ease.
HP.
Oh, you're fine. I'm a walking health potion that also carries health potions.
3
And
2s, a
murders
1,
things.
then a 2. On you wave.
You were so I don't know. Like that's lucky.
It's a no bones day,
It's
dude.
a no bones day. No one's allowed to die. Is the interpretation I've chosen.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
There's
there's quick aside. We have to explain
yeah.
this.
So there's a guy on TikTok who has started a trend / cult around his like 13-year-old pug. Basically, he wakes up his 13-year-old pug, lifts it up and sets it down to where it would normally be standing. Either it stands and it's a bones day and that's good, or it falls over and it's a no bones day, which is generally bad. But also can be interpreted as like stay in, take a bath, do self-care.
I
It's
love this.
absolutely beautiful, and the dog is the cutest thing in the world. And it's like in this curled up in this dog bed, right? All super comfy. So he picks it up, and it's like either
No.
no bones, and it just like slides back down and lay down in the bed, or it's a bones day, and he stands up. Sometimes on 4 legs, sometimes on 2, and gets head scritches and pats, and
I will look this up later.
it's wonderful.
Thank you for this tale.
He was literally on like Good Morning America a week ago, I think. Like it blew up that hard.
All right. But with that said and done, you are able to then, if you wish to continue your explorations, it takes
Are baby owlbear coats a thing?
they would not be. It's really like the bigger the better. The longer the feathers, the sturdier they are. That's what draws the price and the status.
Also,
So
now be a good
humane
break time.
execution of the bear owls.
You can do so. What did you say, Colin?
I said would now be a good break time.
Now would be a great break time.
Okay.
Break time. Talking about a break
Break
time and cowboy
So
boots.
I was super amused by the
Dunka, dunka. Bada boom.
Ba-da-ba-ba-doo.
I hate that the Discord like stopped capturing properly. I don't know why it did it.
Hmm?
The like Discord pop-out window that I use to capture for stream.
Yeah.
If I have anything maximized on my second screen, it like overrides it and will freeze all of your cameras.
Well, that's not good.
So like even if I just drag my my thing over here, all the cameras freeze. If I have it not maximized, it works fine. But
That's weird.
it didn't used to do this, but it has developed a like out of sight, out of mind thing for Discord. So if I'm ever doing something on my other screen, then it's just like everyone just be pictures now.
Freeze. Okay, you can move now.
Ryan, do you use a green screen?
I do.
Oh, okay.
That's why
I've never seen it. I've never seen it be used. I was just curious.
Yeah, it's like it's a cool like
Okay. Cool.
just like pop-up thing. It's a little bit
Stream
small, so it has
green.
to be close to my chair, which is the only bummer about it.
It also doesn't show up on Discord, right? It just only shows up on.
I mean, it technically like so if I were to use one of these new things, it helps with this situation. Hypothetically.
Yeah, the sector
If
that
I
it
use
isn't
like the smart
working out well.
batteries.
Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fancy backgrounds.
Fancy backgrounds.
Fancy.
Are we good to continue?
I think we're ready to
Yeah.
rock and roll.
Duh.
All right. So, the owlbear dealt with. Is there anything that you are doing other than sort of standard camp operations? Resting, then exploring, then resting before moving on again?
I
Or
think
is
that's pretty
is
much
that
it.
your
I don't
plan?
have anything specific to do. I think we're
Yeah, no.
just going to continue exploring, and then we got to pick a new hex to explore after this.
Presumably, we don't subtract rations for the day because we ate owlbear.
Correct.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. So your nights go without interruption, able to safely rest and recuperate as you enter the. Oh, that is like right on the line, and I cannot see what day it currently is on the token.
It's the 9th.
So it will be the 11th by the time you are done exploring the southern part of the hex and are able to venture forth in whichever way you wish once more. Though searching around, you seem to come across a number of not long dead, but not just killed larger animals. They have large talon and beak marks of wounds, along with claws roughly the size of an owlbear. You would guess that this several mile region around you was likely the hunting ground of this creature.
Large talons.
It does indeed have large talons.
Well, now, where are we going? What is everybody thinking?
Question.
I kind of want to expand some more of the black area.
Yeah, I think we should go down left.
Down
Sure.
left. Okay.
I want to know if
Like
there's
this
anything
square
there.
or like this
Yeah.
square?
I mean, one is on the way to the other.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Honestly, I'm like I don't think this is probably actually a good idea, But I'm a little tempted to just like do one of these. Like we just cut through the darkness and
Yep.
find out what's way over here.
Yep.
Explore.
Onward.
Plan was foolproof. I don't understand where we went wrong.
Yeah, I think we can move to this hex next.
All right. I shall reveal the hex.
Let's go.
Reveal the hex.
Reveal.
Hide the players.
Ding.
It's
Oh,
forest.
more forest.
Shocked, I know.
Wait, hold on.
I mean, I
Okay,
assume
there's nothing
that
hidden
like
under a tile.
most of the map doesn't have much on it until you put the thing that we find on it, right? Like the map is mostly blank.
Yeah, the map is made up of generally just like the tile that it is. It is forest, it is plains, it is whatever it is.
If I roll a nat 20, can I look under a rock and find a completed map?
No.
You can find a completed map. It's the exact area you've explored. It's your map.
God dang it, we dropped the
Must
map.
have dropped it.
Here you go. Almost.
You do not encounter anything as you venture into the woods. Takes you another full day just to travel, and then camping out overnight will be another day of rations for you.
I love rations.
Marking this off for us, Devin.
Sorry.
Devin, did you mark off one for each of us? You and I?
No, I can do it.
I'm getting a little low.
I am at 6 rations currently.
Let's see. Okay.
Me and Robert are living large.
I had so many at the start, but I need to get some more next time we go back to Oleg's.
All right.
Sorry, just one moment. I'm double checking something. So, as you are beginning to set up camp, Wave and Fives, you are the only two that succeeded on the perception roll to hear a very soft break of a twig, about probably 30, 40 feet to your west. This is before anyone is asleep. You're just kind of getting the camp set up.
And this is the 11th night or the 12th night? Sorry.
12th night.
A sharp glance over that direction. What do I see?
You don't see anything, at least from where you are, other than a large brush obscuring everything about 5 feet or below behind it.
Give a hand signal to the party, indicating that there is something over that way. It's my hands coming together to form a butterfly, wings flapping, and then sharp pointing with 2 fingers connected to the left.
All right. I would try and stealthily look over that way, see if I can, because I have a decent amount of stealth.
I also reach for my weapon, my hands, and
You reach for your weapon.
Seeing Waves draw his weapon, I too draw my weapon.
I actually have staff, but
You are able to non-aggressively draw weapons if that is your intent.
I'm not necessarily gonna draw my weapon. I just want to like keep my hand on it.
I draw it in my spellbook. Pretty picture.
Add a little rose right here. I'm gonna wait like a couple of seconds and kind of see if the situation changes immediately, and then maybe like nonchalantly get up and look like Fives is like sneaking. Nonchalantly kind of like get up like I'm gonna go do something, and then kind of like try and see if I can get a better look.
From your current angle, you see nothing. Fives, give me a stealth check, and Wave, give me a perception check as you're moving.
Stealth. Well, goodbye, lads.
Perceive.
Wave, as you move to get a bit of a better angle, you spot a small blue foot just barely sticking out the back of the large shrubbery. It's definitely to a creature smaller than you, perhaps halfling or gnome sized, but pale blue in color. It's not a shoe, it's a foot.
And it's not scaled.
What did Perlavesh and Tig look like?
Not that. But their art is, if you go to the art channel and scroll up a bit, you'll see them. Also, I see Tevin is currently phasing in and out of existence.
What? Oh god.
I've been hit with a dwarven daisy.
Convince myself that despite the DM saying no, it's still Perlavesh. Blue feet is all that matters.
Okay, I kind of like, I'll keep an eye on it and wait to see how Five's stealth mission goes.
And as a quick note, it's like, it's sticking out. It's not like standing on it. It's like the foot of something lying down.
Oh, okay. Like something sleeping in the bushes.
Yes.
Okay. I'll still wait.
Fives, you are able to do your best at concealing yourself as you try and slink away, but ultimately you have no real idea if you're detected or not. Nothing
Makes sense.
reacts to you anyways. What do you do?
Keep going to try and get a better look.
So are you
Nothing-
basically like flanking around it from Wave?
Yeah, essentially.
Give me a perception check as well.
Perceive.
Again, most of it is just, no matter how good at finding things you are, if there is a physical bush in the way, you won't see through it. Though you also spot the small blue foot emerged out of the brush.
Am I within 20 feet?
Yeah.
Can I throw my Clyde into the bush, not to try and hit the thing, just to, rustle some leaves,
You can
see
do
what
so.
happens? Do I have to make an attack roll for that?
No, you're just throwing it at a
Okay.
bush. You can make that easily.
Oh no, I missed.
As the Achilles flies in, hitting and rattling into it, the small creature inside immediately jumps back to its feet and begins just booking it. I honestly do not recall if you have found one of these before, but I will be putting it in art. On an OOC level, does this look familiar?
Kind of. Are these the things that are in the tree?
Differblin?
Yes. Okay. Yep. They are mites. I just
These are
didn't
the
remember if
super-
you'd found them or not.
Evil.
We find an
motherfuckers,
angry one?
right?
These are vile, vicious fey spirits. They are very, very meek and cruel.
I attempt to kill it.
One mite poses you no challenge, and you are able to defeat it if that is your goal.
We don't attempt to.
We do not need to go into initiative. You can kill a mite.
We're getting closer to their. I found one of these another one of these mite creatures. I think we're getting close to their tree. Isn't it rumored to be around here? Perhaps an opportunity to take it out.
To the south and east. Oof.
South and east of the square north of us.
It was south and east, yeah, of upright of you.
Yeah, so like this way somewhere.
Yeah, and we're
What if
relatively.
it's like in this square, perhaps? Who knows?
Bet you he knows.
The mite itself has a very small-sized knife, definitely not well taken care of, and 4 decently large empty bags.
I look around for signs of more mites.
Give me a survival check. Or perception. Perception.
Perceive.
And everyone can make this. Presumably this is going to be something that people are on guard once this occurs. None of you, 5s included, seem to spot any more. This one, at least for all appearances, seemed to have been alone.
Good that we took care of it before we camped out for the night. Or our throats slit.
What about he was alone?
Who knows? Maybe they're lonely creatures.
Yeah.
I actually recall you rolled quite well on this in the previous encounter. You knew that they're basically tribal creatures, but they are vicious, bickering ones as well, and certainly have their own tribal dramas. The idea of one being kicked out on threat of death is not unusual.
Drama.
Most of their disputes also tend to be non-lethal, as they, if you will recall, have some resilience to weapons that are not made of cold iron. For ones such as yourselves, you can bash through that small resilience with ease.
And I have
But
magical attack.
For the mites, you would guess that a stab with that dagger of theirs at another one wouldn't really do much.
In Pathfinder, is it like 5e where things have resistances to stuff, but then like magic damage just trumps everything? It doesn't really matter anymore.
No, magic is a separate thing that can bypass some of them, just like anything else.
Okay.
So like, creature A might be bypassed by cold iron. Creature B might be bypassed by magic. Creature C might need specifically magical cold iron.
Okay. Interesting. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And with that, your camp goes without further incident, as you are able to rest into the 13th of the day. The next day. One quick moment, as I have misplaced something.
Did we confirm full exploration of this hex?
No, you have not even started exploring.
Oh.
This was, you have traveled to the hex and arrive at night, set up camp.
Yep.
Hmm. I thought I had something saved, but I cannot find it, so I'm just going to call a 2-minute break here while I fix something real fast. My apologies.
No problem.
Okay.
Feel that.
Oh no, I was muted on stream. There was so much that's gone into these this like alchemy page. It's kind of wild, but also like almost not enough, but still does it really well. Because it's like I can go to craft a mutagen. I can use my advanced alchemy to craft it. I can just craft it, and it auto adds the 3 that I would like if I were using my daily preparations. Or I can make a craft check. You can add like requirements and stuff into it. It's just like it's so much to keep track of sometimes.
It's a lot.
Especially, I think the biggest thing is that like I'm currently just mentally keeping track of what material items I have in my like that are alchemical items versus what I have from my daily crafting.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it's not a lot right now because I just have 1 lesser anti-plague. But if I eventually hit a point where I need to like actually have a lot more stuff, like if I spend some downtime crafting or something like that, I'll definitely need to make some slight adjustments to the system. Bomb attack roll is 6. So if I Dwarven Daisy, +6. If I Alchemist Fire, +6. Can I mark?
I am ready to continue.
Nice.
So the next day, everyone's good, right?
Yes.
Just wanna make sure I'm not going while someone's on break or something. Okay. As you're exploring around the hex, you're making your way through dense woodlands, trees, much more of the same that you've been seeing for so many miles in a row now. Before finally you come across a particularly dense section of woods. So dense that it's like hard to even get through, and it seems to stretch for quite some time before you eventually find a small, narrow path that you're able to basically single file make your way through the tree line with. This continues on for about 40 feet of very, very dense, confined area. Brushes on either side of you you're constantly holding for the next in line as you're moving. Before suddenly it opens up, and you see a cleared area, stone on the ground instead of earth. And I will also be moving you maps.
Map
Maps.
change.
Maps. I love maps.
Mm.
You should be able to see things here. The map itself, at least.
I see things.
And
a pool.
you may also arrange yourself as you wish. You are on the very far right side, but there's
Boom.
along the right side.
I'm taking a bath.
So stonework covers out this area. You also see a number of pillars. They look long since abandoned, untended to, and corroded by time and natural forces. Let me pop open this to see.
So,
who's
Dooms,
what
a
training
very
is in.
brief interruption.
Yes.
Is this just a randomly grabbed map? Because this really reminds me of an area.
This actually is specifically from Kingmaker.
Okay.
Many of my maps I either make or find, but this one actually is not.
This seems similar. I don't remember the context of what happened. I remember a little bit of the context, but I'm presuming it's not the same.
But as you're looking around, you see that it's So yeah, it's looks like it has been decades to centuries since any care was put into this place at all. It's massively run down, and this pool of water in the middle is covered by a thick green sludge of algae. You see insects buzzing all around it. Another mosquito breeding ground, it seems.
This is up for round 2 of malaria.
God.
And over here, you see what seems to be at least once some sort of grand entrance staircase into a building. These are walls, as a note, if it is not clear on the map.
Oh, okay.
No, it's no.
Sorry, to clarify that.
Now.
This is like a wall. To what looks like the start of perhaps a temple of some kind, though you can see through the openings between the pillars that it's not really built inside. It just kind of goes to a bit of a cavern with the cave walls not more than 50 feet behind the opening. It clearly looks like it was a grand structure that simply never was finished, never fully built. They just got started and something must have happened to cause them to stop. Everyone may make me a religion check.
I was gonna say, I look for
specialty.
I look for signs of religion that perhaps a dude back in town wants us to be looking for. And I also refresh roll 20 because it told me that Kalat is just a blank white page.
Goodbye, Kalat.
I assume that for any of my not that this is really particularly relevant for here, but I assume that if I was going to be making a check around any of my religions from the local area I grew up in, I'd be using ocean lore instead of religion. Is that correct?
Ocean lore or just past, depending on the context.
Okay, cool.
There is everyone there. For some reason, I thought I was still waiting for one.
Mine's kind of in a weird spot.
Yep. I was blending it with the fires. So everyone other than Fives is able to recognize a small symbol, mostly eroded, carved upon each of the columns you see stacked around outside. It is not any modern symbol, but you know that the old practice of worship of Aristil, perhaps 180 to 200 or so years ago, commonly used this symbol as representation of their faith. It's just sort of been phased out over time. But clearly this was at one time dedicated to Aristil.
That's
which
our guy.
Also is what you were told to look for.
Nice.
We did it.
I wasn't expecting something so grand, but also so dilapidated.
So it as a quick note, does anyone remember what else he told you? As it has been much longer in real world terms than it has been in game since you last met.
You could have asked me this a month ago, and I would have also said no.
I remember him specifically saying that he saw it in a vision and that he was just looking for adventurers to try to find it. I don't know what other information he gave us.
Something about looting it?
There was one other piece of info that he said, was that in his vision there was a great crystal bear of fury, was what he described it as.
Don't remember that.
But that is worth remembering.
It was probably 4 to 5 months ago at this point in real world terms.
That's fair.
Did he give any context as to what the crystal bear was doing? Was it a living?
It said full of fury, so
He described it as full of fury and would have described it as a feeling of malice, but didn't really know any answers in concrete details other than the just primal emotion of the vision.
I look for crystal bear droppings.
Remind me again, what is it that he wanted us to do when we got here?
He was looking for someone to find the temple to eventually bring him here, though also wanted to make sure it was safe. And he didn't spell it out, but in context would have been clear to your characters that it would be like, make the temple safe, then I would like you to take me to it.
Yeah.
But what if the Crystal Bear of Fury was a guardian of Aristal? We brought the priest here.
Even more reason for us to go check it
We
out
could
right now and
sacrifice
accidentally
him.
kill it. Oop.
One other quick note. In his vision as he described it, it was a pristine temple, beautiful clear blue water. There was no sign of decay or erosion. Certainly doesn't fit what you were seeing before you.
So we have him bring the pool skimming net.
Well,
Clean up that little pool there. Look right as rain.
seems thoroughly abandoned and pretty par for course. I start kind of walking in towards the temple area.
Yep.
Watch for some kind of defense system.
Also,
I'd be worried that these old temples, in my experience, are not as unguarded as they may appear. But who knows what it's like up here.
I draw my weapon and proceed with Gerrit.
I also proceed.
Something tells me that they're not going to have like giant sea monsters come out of here and attack us to defend their temple.
Was this like a what do we know about this goddess in particular? Is it like a nature goddess or
Aristil, he is a god of basically the merging of civilization and nature. He is all about community of, like, we are in this together in harmony. We will not destroy the environment, but he's not like the buildings are bad, never cut down a tree. He's like, be in harmony with the world and do not cause it any more harm than you need to, but take what you need to thrive. He is a neutral, or he is a lawful good oriented god.
Cool.
centrist?
Is also he's hunting is like a large domain of his. Is very, very much in the like hunt for sustenance, not for violence, but it is part of the natural order.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, at the very least, I think there's a pretty good chance that whoever abandoned this place also left behind some goods that could be relevant to us. I start walking towards the grand entrance, and I kind of cut a little bit of a wider swath around the mosquito pit.
They seem to ignore your presence, just the swarm of them all sort of buzzing around the water.
Oh, something broke. Have the selection tool and the pan tool at the same time. I must refresh.
Broken.
Goodbye, friends.
But anyone else is able to move as well if they're wishing to, or if you're letting Gerrit scout ahead, then that is fine.
Kind of make my way over here towards the edges.
Is everyone taking the same wide berth around the pool that Gerrit did?
No, I'll walk by it. Actually, good point.
A quick refresh.
What was that?
I'm gonna say Wave is getting a quick refresh. We don't know how long we'll be in there.
Yeah. You notice that they don't seem to like at all react to you, like unusually so for being that close that not even one mosquito flies out towards you.
I don't take my own advice, and is this pool like touchable? Could I like reach into the pool?
It's like raised up, but only about like 2 feet, so it'd just sort of be reaching down and touching it.
Okay, well first I look into the pool and see if there is like how shallow or deep is it? Is this like a fountain?
So there's a
thing,
thick
or?
layer of algae on top with the swarms of mosquitoes on it. You cannot see at all into the pool itself.
Okay, I'll try to like wave some of the algae aside to look into the pool.
At the touch of your hand, we are going into initiative.
Ah!
Let's go! I thought I'd ramp up the action here a little bit.
Wait, don't touch anything.
Here, Wave, give the initiative roll for your group initiative.
He's done it.
All right, perception initiative.
Yes, I will say so.
Ah, yes, great. I didn't select my token. My bad.
All
I'll
good.
roll it again, but then change it to 12.
Well,
Double
There we go.
wave.
14.
Oh, 14. Yeah. There we go.
Combat music.
Oh yeah, I
bring
need
out
music.
the music of your choice.
I forgot. Thank you
as-
for reminding me about music.
Danheim
The
time.
Owlbear fight was rather hype earlier, actually.
All right, KDA music.
Okay.
Wait.
From the pool, the mosquitoes just seem to converge into a massive swarm, flying
I
out
knew it.
towards Wave. As they are revealed from the surface, you see another symbol in the algae, completely hidden by the mosquitoes before. One that you recognize as a symbol of Urgathoa, the neutral evil goddess of death, disease, and the undead.
Let's go.
So, I was literally,
Corrupted
before
people.
you went to go touch the water, I was seriously contemplating, because I was going down the malaria route from earlier, saying, I'm going to use my conflux spell to just do a 15-foot cone of sonic damage over a portion of this damn thing and see if all the mosquitoes go splat.
I was completely deterred by the malaria, but if it wasn't for the malaria, I was just gonna drag my hand through the whole pond.
Don't worry, I have malaria.
Yeah.
At the same time that this occurs, the three of you out in front see just from out of nowhere a massive bear covered in strange necrotic-looking crystal growth spurting from its body. Just appears not from behind anything, but just like appears, charging
Whoa.
towards you.
I quick load to the beginning of this map change.
I'm afraid you forgot to quick save.
I did not. I did not.
Your last save is at level 2. Do you want to go back that far?
Yeah, let's go
Autos-
back.
Nope.
We're
Auto
going
save
back,
on-
guys.
You guys go back. I'll
Auto-save
be
on map
you.
change.
The autosaves got corrupted, I'm sorry. Fuck! Went to a folder that no longer exists.
The GM turned off the autosave feature when you weren't looking.
So cruel.
That'd be crazy if there was a D&D session that featured quick saving.
That is Pathfinder Kingmaker, by the way.
Wave, the swarm of mosquitoes swarms over you. Give me a fortitude save.
All right. I have a plan. It doesn't involve rolling a 3, though.
Hero point it.
No.
You will take 4 points of damage as blood is being drained from you at an impossibly fast rate by these mosquitoes.
Okay. Lovely.
Also, with the symbol of Urgathoa near them, you are all but certain they carry some sort of nasty concoction or another.
Yay.
While this occurs, the bear gives out a roar. Oh, what? Does someone say
I was gonna say, quick question on the description. So the symbol of Urgathoa is carved into like the algae. Does the surface of it?
It's not like carved into the algae so much as just like on top of the algae.
Oh, like
it
a
seems like
magical lamination.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So it doesn't look like this thing is a solid surface that we would run across.
No, it still
Okay.
has the appearance of just thin pond algae.
Okay.
Cool.
So, as this happens, the bear charges up and reaches out with a swipe. First one at Gerrit, second at Kalat.
Is this intended to be 10 feet away?
Yes, it is. It has long arms.
Long arms.
Like longer than a normal bear's even. Its whole form seems sort of diseased and misshapen.
It's a good thing that we warmed up on the owlbear. And then I turn back and just see a cloud.
Gerrit,
Yes.
its claw swipes into you for 9 points of damage and a fortitude save.
9 points of damage. Fortitude save. Allow me to do this, and then allow me to make this save.
You feel some sort of toxin begin spreading inside of you.
Oh, I know the
You
feeling.
take 5 points of poison damage
Understood.
and are enfeebled 1.
Enfeebled 1. Let me get my handy dandy condition thing out here.
Yeah.
But the
I
same
know what this
thing-
condition is, but
Same
just for
effect
the
of as frightened. Just
It is not as bad as frightened. Doesn't
Oh, okay.
apply to as many things.
When you are enfeebled, you take a status penalty equal to condition strength on strength-based rolls and DCs, including strength, length, melee attack rolls, damage rolls, and athletics checks. I don't like that.
Second swing is at Kalat.
Ooh.
Also landing a hit. For 10 points of damage and a fortitude save against poison.
Why you got a 1-up?
We can just all be poisoned. That sounds like
No, I'm going with
fun
bravado again. I'm not worried about it. I'm fine.
Yeah.
You are fine. You take
Don't
nothing
worry,
more than the
Gato.
10 points of damage.
Look at that.
That is their turn. It's to you guys.
Undeserved confidence. That is how you beat these rolls.
I'm going to start with devise a stratagem attack.
On.
I have fought an owl bear on the bear.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure.
I will attack Gerrit in his feeble state.
There is a
Finally
swarm of
my
mosquitoes.
So yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Man,
so
I do such low damage.
So yeah, okay. So a 23 will hit the creature as you throw out and smack against it, and you see a small puff of dark greenish smoke coming out from where it hit. Sort of like if you've ever like smushed those spores, that the puffy ones, it looks like that.
Yay.
You would guess that if you were hitting this with a melee weapon from closer, you perhaps would be breathing in a bit.
Oh well, good thing I'm not.
If you are at range or reach, it has no effect.
Great. So now he's flat-footed to both whoever else decides to
You
attack.
pick.
Oh yeah, I pick
You
one.
have to pick.
Who does the most damage?
Also,
Single.
Is it for their next swing or like all of their turn?
Their next attack, I believe.
I'm pretty sure it's their next attack.
Yeah, Kalat definitely has the highest single attack potential.
Okay, then I'll say Kalat.
Makes the most use out of that. If you don't mind, I would like to...
Well, I still have one more. I was gonna.
yeah,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna try and trip
Yeah, for sure.
for my third.
All right, try and yank it back and pull the bear down.
Ba, ba, ba.
Knock him over.
Nope, didn't work.
That will not do it.
Mhm.
It does have
Oh, wait,
plus
no, it'd be
5
a
more
se-
than that because it's a
Yeah,
attack
it was
2,
a
but
second.
it's not going to make a difference.
I am going to... Actually, before I even rage or mutagen, I'm going to have my snake companion pass me to... Seeing those puffs of smoke got me a little bit worried, so I take out 2 alchemist fires. And I'm going to throw the first one. Okay.
All right, let's see. It didn't roll a crit.
The bomb rolls are weird. I was just going through some of the stuff on this. I think some of the damage rolls and stuff don't roll like normal damage rolls.
Just manually roll 2d8 and it will be added to that damage roll then.
Oh, 2d8. Oh, 7.
All right. As this fire just bursts out around this massive crystalline bear, it immediately just ignites. This creature seems far more flammable than most are, as it is vulnerable to fire.
Hey.
It lights on fire and takes an additional 10 points of damage.
Woo!
So that is 8 plus 7 is 15. It says 1 splash damage. Is it not? Is it only 1? I thought all of them went up to 2 with moderates.
Let me double check on the moderate one. Done. Sorry, I closed my archives. Alchemist fire. Artuk's fire. Did I misspell it? What the heck?
While he's searching, do Pathfinder mechanics have anything around like AoE based attacks against swarm enemies?
AoE attacks deal additional damage to swarms.
Okay.
I need to double check if it's what the exact amount is.
Okay.
So if I cover
Oh,
myself
there's
in
an
all of
apostrophe.
these mosquitoes and bring them to
Oh, yeah.
Gerrit, he can light me on fire with an alchemist fire and kill them all at once.
It is 2
anything-
persistent and 2 splash.
And anything that does area damage or splash damage does a flat bonus amount of damage, and it depends on the particular creature. Generally, like something that is a swarm of things that are golf ball size will take more damage than something that is a swarm of basketball size or mosquito size will be like the most damage kind of thing. It's
Okay.
by scaling by density and level range. So essentially, it's just a flat plus damage for AoE against them. But anyway, so two splash, 2 persistent. So it takes 8, 15, 17. Wait, 15, 17. 17 plus 10 for vulnerability, so it takes 27.
Nice.
And it is on fire for not 2, but 2d6 fire damage, as it is particularly flammable.
Awesome. I yell out that they burn, and I go ahead and throw my other alchemist fire at it. That's -5 from that. So
That will actually still hit it.
yes.
As you deal
Nice.
10, 12, 22 points of damage. As it just gives out another massive roar. Despite its frail form and diseased body, whatever these crystals are in it seem to be giving it much more strength than a bear of its size would normally have, though you are quickly wearing away at its durability.
That's my turn.
Palat's flipping through his book. Shit. No fire spells.
It's okay. I'll use my fire kick to fire kick these mosquitoes out of the air.
Yeah.
I glance into the pool of water now that the mosquitoes have left. Is there any like clear change to it?
No, nothing really is different. You can actually see through a small spot where your hand brushed through it, clearing the algae out of that particular area. It just seems to be a dark, sort of stagnant pool water for however many years.
So my
Though you
thought,
don't see anything of urgent significance.
my thought here is I don't personally like as Colin really know how this works in real life with stuff, but you know how you can like if you're being chased by bees, you could like jump into the water and hide under the water. Do I think
Yeah.
that would be effective against a cloud of mosquitoes? And if so, I do have the whole like I have that surface skimmer feat. I could just also like attack out of the water or something.
Without a doubt, it would be effective. Jumping in a pool of water against these.
Okay.
Whether or not jumping into a pool of water with a symbol of Ergothoa on it has other consequences is a decision you will need to make.
Right. I think I will risk it because I am an expert in fortitude with pretty high fortitude. I think if anyone's gonna make use of this situation, I think I can potentially do it as a monk. We'll see. This might be a terrible decision in the end, but I'm gonna try it.
I got the quick load button ready. I've quick save. Back to
Thank
this
you.
point.
We also have a doctor, so I'm sure we'll be fine. I vault over the side of the water, of the edge of this pool into the water, and sink down under it, attempting to strike out at the swarm from below the wave or below
The
surface
pool
of the
is
water.
about 4.5 feet down, plenty to be able to like submerge yourself down with crouching in the water. as you do hop in, do give me a fortitude save.
I would love to. We've been rolling great all night. You know, we're
That's
still
fine.
rolling. That's above average.
You
Technically.
feel just an unholy energy as you leap in, though your body shrugs it off.
Nice.
You have no further effects in this moment.
If it persists and I need to make more checks, I may find myself jumping out of here. But for now, this will be what I do. All right.
So that is one action.
I'd like to
then
punch the swarm
just swatting at the swarms.
with my. Well, actually, it'll probably be more like using my quarterstaff to just like swat at the flies.
Make a swing.
All right. Flurry of blows. Strike 1, strike 2, and then regular strike 3.
Hit and 2 misses. For 8 points of damage. However, it does seem to resist, as fundamentally swinging weapons at swarms is a difficult method.
Not surprised. All right.
Mechanically different than 5e, because your magical staff wouldn't have given a shit otherwise.
I also like the idea of like using a bow against one of these, and it's just like, all right, I fired an arrow, I killed 1.
Yeah, you would definitely be able to tell that a creature like this would be straight up immune to like piercing range style attacks. Like a spear you could potentially just kind of use as a staff in the moment and still kill things, but like a crossbow bolt is just gonna go through the swarm.
That's fair.
All right, so that was wave. Gerrit has gone.
Yeah.
Fives has gone. Kalat.
I will. Ooh. So the bear's on fire, so maybe sea surging it isn't the thing to do.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe not. I will attempt to spell strike this guy with shocking grasp.
Okay. Oh yeah, you have reach. Forgot about that.
Ooh.
And
it's not flat-footed or anything for being on fire, is it?
It is not. It's just angry.
It's
I'm
flat-footed to you
angry.
because I hit. Fuck!
oh, it is flat-footed
Well, that
to
is
you,
true,
but
that's not going to make the difference. And as you critically miss against it, your halberd grazes out, and you see a much larger plume of those spores come off of it. And you get the feeling that you really don't want to critically miss 5 feet closer than where you are.
understood. Thank you, kind DM.
Fair enough. Well, I recharge my thing by using my conflict spell and thunder strike it.
And that one will strike into it.
Hey.
How do I make it do the full attack at? I just click on number 2 here, and it always rolls the non-damage portion.
Are you
That's
clicking on the
damage,
number
but-
2 on the attack or the weapon?
Weapon.
Okay, that's what I do. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
so if it, like on the weapon, the one that's to the right of it, not down below where it's like trained, and then that number
Yeah.
2, don't click that one.
Uh-huh. I thought that's what I was doing. Here, I'm gonna just click this for posterity's sake.
That
Yeah.
would make-
Okay. There it goes. Well,
So
Rip.
your halberd strikes for 5 points of normal damage.
and then it must make
And
a
then-
fortitude saving throw. Rip.
It passes but does not crit pass. What happens?
Nothing.
Oh, it takes nothing at all? I thought it
Oh,
was
it
a
takes
basic
half. It takes
fort
half.
save. So that
Yes,
is
it is.
1 point of damage, is it?
1 point of damage.
Woo!
Bang. All right.
Bang.
Is that turn?
That is turn.
All right. There's the swarm continues to try and focus on Wave for the brief moments that he is vulnerable to them. Give me a fort save. You will have +1 to your tier of success,
Fort save, let's go.
and that will be a pass with a +1 to your tier, and you will take half of this. So You will take 3 points of damage, as they do still continue to suck your blood.
No.
Meanwhile, the bear. The bear gives out a very angry roar and is on fire. That will happen at the end of its turn. It seems to suck in a deep breath before exhaling just a cloud of flies, maggots, and mosquitoes over the three of you.
Bleh.
Everyone
I
give me
know
a
this
reflex
spell.
save.
You said reflex?
I would normally be slightly worse at these. Also, do I lose the enfeebled at the end of my
no,
turn?
you are still enfeebled, and at the end of its turn, that will do a thing.
Okay, cool.
All right, we're on with the rolls
Doesn't look
tonight.
great.
Everyone takes 6 points of piercing damage as the various bugs begin tunneling at you.
Everything's
And
fine.
everyone give me a fortitude save.
Another save. I'm good at these.
I am
got this.
good at all of these.
As all 3 of you fall struck to the poison. This is going to be in order of your fort saves. Each of you will take 1 of those d6s. So Kalat takes
okay.
5
Just one
poison
of them.
damage, and then
Okay.
6 for the other 2 of you. And you are all 3 clumsy 1.
This has been a roller coaster of emotions, Doomer. Clumsy 1.
I was about to be like, all right, the first one of you takes 17 damage.
Clumsy. Your movements become clumsy and inexact. You take status penalty, blah, 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 on dexterity checks, including AC, reflex saves, range attack rolls, and skill checks using acrobatics, stealth, and thievery.
This goes well with the enfeebled. Now you're basically frightened.
So, pretty much, yeah. That covers most of it.
It doesn't cover a specific one.
There.
It is the end of its turn, so now it will burn for 2d6 damage plus 10 for vulnerability. Ryan, if you would like to roll that.
Yes. Roll 2d6 plus 10.
Nice.
For 15 points of damage with another roar of agony. And then it will make, I always forget if it's a 15 or a 16 DC flat check. I will look it up. If it's a 15, that did not matter.
Yo.
As the fire eventually burns its way out. It is no longer ablaze. Gerrit, give me another fort save. For you were not for the poison you just got poisoned with, but for the other poison that was already there.
That's better.
That is better. Almost better enough.
Oh no.
No.
As you take 3 points of poison damage and are
Understood.
enfeebled 2.
Understood.
Are you guys gonna be okay over there?
Yeah, we're fine. Everything's still fine.
It is your turns.
So
okay,
my
I have a plan.
my 13 fortitude save is actually a 14 because I'm constructed.
Good to note, did not change result.
I am going to try to help this situation that we're in. I am... Let's see. Yes. This thing is happening. I'm going to try to heal all 3 of us.
Oh,
Okay.
B.
I've got
Triple battle medicine.
I've got some speedy triple battle medicine rolling out here. On the very low chance that I knock myself out, which I might not be mathematically possible, but just in case, I'm going to do 5s first.
The last time this happened, somebody ended up bleeding out.
5s. It's not a success, but it's still fine. And then Kalat. Oh my lord. And then me. Hey, that one works.
We see who your focus was on.
And so that's 2d8 from the battle medicines, because that scales up to being an auto crit.
You have godless healing. I know you were talking about it. I don't know if you have it yet or
Yes. Oh yeah, I heal more too when it's myself.
Yeah, godless healing gives you 5. Do you have mortal healing?
Yes, I have
You do.
both.
So you heal for 4d8 plus 5.
Oh, 4d8. Oh. So 2 more d8 plus 5.
Because mortal healing makes it you passed your roll.
Yes.
Because you passed, you instead crit pass.
Right. I was thinking 1d8 turns to 2d8. I get the scaling mixed up.
Mhm.
Well, that's another 15 hit points.
So yeah, you heal yourself for 23 health.
That's pretty good.
I look over and like, yo, come on.
You almost healed yourself to full, and you could have almost healed the entire party to full. But the healing rolls when in combat have
They-
just been super unlucky.
3, a 4, and an 8. Yeah.
Alright. That is Gerrit.
Yes.
Who's next?
Let me know what's good.
Devise a stratagem.
Damn. Okay.
Well, you think you got your aim lined up with a throw. You hit it, sort of briefly knocking it back as another plume of spores spews out from it, and opening up a brief opportunity for a halberd strike.
My moment. I will enter my arcane cascade stance, and then we will be.
He's got the rest of his
Yeah, right.
attacks too. If he...
I was just gonna do a third, try and trip again.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That could be relevant.
That will not do it, I'm afraid.
It was close though, surprisingly.
Wait, you used attack 3 there. There should be attack
I keep doing that. Oh, that's +5.
Well-
You pull it down, looping it around one of its front paws as it drops down to the ground, tripped.
Yeah.
That does pass.
You did it.
You
Five's
currently-
pulls on. He's like, "Damn it! It didn't work again." Claw's like, "No, you got it."
Though currently you have neither weapon in hand and are now out of actions.
Yep.
Okay.
Combo complete.
Yes. All right. So I will be using telekinetic projectile. Yep, that's what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna spell strike this guy after entering arcane cascade stance. And then attack. So what is my bonus here? He's flat-footed and he's flat-footed.
Yeah, so that's just +2.
We accept this.
And that will strike into it for 11 points of damage from the halberd, and
13.
then
points
as the
of
magic
damage.
drives it down deeper, another 13. As it gives out another howl, the creature seeming very badly wounded.
Plus an additional 1. My last casted spell was Shocking Grasp, so it should be electric damage.
All right, as you deal 1/3 of its remaining hit points,
Yeah.
it just is left barely standing. Wave?
I pop up out of the water and surprise swap to my crossbow and fire it at the bear.
I am going to say you will have concealed from where you're at unless you would like to move first, as there is a swarm of mosquitoes buzzing all around you. So that is the DC 5 flat check to hit a target.
Let me think about that. So
Who rolls lower than a 5?
I could just make more attacks though. I could make one more attack. I guess I should. Probably statistically that makes the most sense. I will swim through the water and pop out over here because I can zoomy through the water very far. And
But pop out, do you mean like all the way out of the pool or just like emerged enough to shoot?
Yeah, I mean, if I can emerge enough to shoot, then that works too.
Yeah, you can do. I just didn't know if you meant like you were trying to climb out of the pool entirely.
Field Team 6 just pop up,
Field
shoot,
Team
pop back
6,
down.
I pop out, fire a bunch of crossbow shots out.
All right, make some rolls.
So, let's see. How does this? If I need to change to monastic archer stance, move, and then I get 2 shots.
Yep, it is flat-footed, so you have a +2 to hit against it.
Okay. This will not have the +2 in it by default. Boom, boom.
Oh.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Let's
no.
go.
And with
Wait.
your first shot, your crossbow just pierces right into it as you see its flesh just sort of boil up briefly before bursting. And everyone within 15 feet of it,
Oh no, they
give
changed
me
the
a
rules.
fortitude save.
Listen, all right, that's not my fault.
Changed the game. You said fortitude?
Question: it doesn't look like your deadly D10 went in there.
Probably didn't. Not that it really matters
Yeah.
for right now, but I'll go try and fix
Yeah,
that.
it is a good note for the future though.
Yeah.
Do I
Oh,
get
yeah.
a +1 to this fortitude save?
It is
Or my
poison.
constructed. Okay.
Should be fixed now.
Done.
15 or 20? 15 or 20?
You are within range of it.
It explodes from its skin.
Yeah, it's 15 feet from this square for this direction, and from this square for this direction.
Dang it.
It's whatever's closest.
Alright.
Hey, but you didn't get hit by the butt explosion, just by
Yeah.
the face explosion.
All right, Kalat, nothing happens for you.
did
Gerrit
it.
and Fives, the poison that was already in you from the cone of vermin advances to stage 2.
Oh.
Could've
Uh,
worked. Could have exploded.
Clumsy.
Is that clumsy
you,
too?
you are both clumsy too, and immediately take. This will be Fives and Gerrit points of damage.
This is fine. I take Gerrit points of damage.
All right.
Also-
That is everyone, right?
Yes. Also, I
assume my
gotta
second
say,
shot is just. Oh, yeah, it has to be the same target. So yeah, it's just gone.
I gotta say that that heal was the difference in my 1v1 with the shield boy. I want you to know that I would have totally had it if I had just popped the 25 health average heal that I can get on
Yeah,
demand.
I know. It's tragic.
The mosquitoes chase after you, Wave.
Hello.
Give me a fort save. You have another +1 to your tier of success. Fortunately, they seem rather dumb and do not go for the 3 concentrated people out of the water.
I
That is a
planned
crit
on this.
pass. You have no impact from this at all.
Can swarms be flat-footed?
They cannot, outside of very specific magic kind of situations. But you can't flank them. You can't trip them. You can't tactically advise hitting one of the
Could a
mosquitoes.
single mosquito be flat-footed?
I tripped the mosquito.
Grapple. But it's back to you guys again.
I mean,
I'm currently underwater if you want to just alchemist fire them.
if he is underwater, I can't alchemist fire, but I have something just as good.
That'll work.
Depth charges.
I have my
Bloom explodes from the pool, and then it just turns red.
I tell my snake friend to pass me the other 2 explosives that I have, and this is kind of the rare combat instance where it's actually just been Gerrit the whole time. Instead of running around flailing his arms, he's really he's very focused and hasn't taken a mutagen or raged. I will move.
He's just a dude.
Also, I'm going to pause you for a moment because I forgot something at the end of his turn. All of you need the fort saves for poisons on you.
Oh yeah,
Then we will get back to this. Gerrit, you need 2 for 1 for each poison on you.
I love it. This is how I live my life.
Wave, you are. Oh, that was from the earlier one. Never mind. All right. Gerrit,
Yes.
your enfeebled poison advances to stage 3.
Unfortunately.
You are enfeebled 3 and take 8 points of poison
I
damage.
gotta roll so well.
However, your clumsy poison decreases by a stage.
Nice.
I don't recall where it was at for you.
It was
Where
at 2, so now it's at 1.
Okay, so it's at 1, and you will take 6 points of poison damage.
Because I was said something about it.
Fives and Kalat, remind me where your current stage is.
At that point in time, my clumsy was at 2.
All right, it
Because
is
of the
now
explosion.
at 3. With 3 points of damage, and Kalat, yours was also at 3 or at 2 beforehand.
I was at 1.
Okay, yours then goes to 2, and you take 1 point of poison damage.
These are acceptable numbers.
Oh, was this before the explosion or after the explosion?
This is after the explosion. This is basically like,
Okay.
so he's dead, so he didn't do anything. But at the end of his turn, the poisons advance.
Okay, so yeah, I was at 2.
Now it is your guys' turn for real this time.
For real
Continue
this
with what
time.
you were doing.
Also, how do I... So I can move 10. That's 5. Can I make it... If I make it into this square, am I able to bomb punch the mosquito swarm?
Yeah, you would be able to.
Okay.
So the railing is very thin, so if you're trying to balance on the edge, you would need a some sort of check that I will look up the exact skill for. Acrobatics is a skill in this game. I
I'm
think
definitely
it is.
fine with like going into the water or
Yeah,
falling
if
onto
you're
the
actually
outside.
going in the water, then you're going to be perfectly fine.
Okay.
Just remember the water is evil.
The water
Yes,
is
it is.
evil, but I'm going to bomb punch regardless.
Okay.
Do you enter the water?
Yes.
Give me 3 fortitude saves, as each of your poisons seem to surge as you touch the water.
I could make such better poisons. This is bullshit. Mine are
So,
stronger.
Water itself does nothing. You ignore your enfeebled poison
Enfeebled.
does not do anything to you. Though your clumsy poison advances another stage. You were on stage 3 already on this one?
No,
this
this was the one that I passed, so I'm at 2 now.
Okay. It advances, dealing 5 points of poison damage to you. Though you feel like the surge of Ergothoan's toxicity has kind of passed.
Okay.
You're still poisoned, but the water is not going to be dangerous to you in the next 5 seconds more than anything else.
Cool. I bomb punch.
That will hit, as just swinging a bomb into a swarm is kind of easy.
Kaboom!
So that is 7 points of damage to it, then 2 points of damage to both of you,
Yes.
then 10 points of vulnerability damage to it. So it will take 19.
And it
Uh,
has to
it-
save or be dazzled.
It cannot be effectively dazzled, as it does not roll to hit.
That's fair.
Technically,
I lean
it could
over
be
to
dazzled
5s.
for other things, but nothing will be game impactful.
Hey, you just
I'll lean
you
over.
just see Gerrit like coughing up blood from the like sheer amount of poison damage he's taken in the past like 4 rounds.
I just lean over to
Double
5s
his
and I'm like,
max HP of poison damage that he's taken in the last couple of rounds, and just pushes through and is just like, "This is bullshit." Pulls the bombs out of his pockets, just throws one into the.
Okay, real quick, I just want to point out the fact that, like, assuming nothing changes, Gerrit, you're gonna die.
I'm
like-
fine.
You're a doctor, though.
But like, the poisons that you're gonna take are at this point guaranteed. Even if you pass this and go down in stages, you'll still take damage. You'll just be less damage. And if you take multiple instances of damages while you're dead, your dying stage will just like rapidly
As a
jump
quick note,
through.
All
right?
like per turn damage is grouped. So you like
Okay.
even if you have 5 different things that do 1 point of damage per turn, you only take 1 instance of damage while downed. Doesn't mean it's not dangerous, but it is less instantaneous death than if it worked the other way.
Even
I
even
I
if
still am
failing,
incredibly concerned for your life.
even if failing, this is Gerrit's version of the fight with Shield Boy. He has to prove to himself in the world that a god's poison means nothing.
These poisons suck.
I lean over to Fives. I'm like, I thought it was Hack that was the one that didn't have any sense of self-preservation. Hack, is that you?
I agree. This seems reckless. Especially because none of us know how to heal.
I look over
planning on
and
doing
I'm just
anything
like,
else with your turn, Gerrit?
No, that's it. That's all 3 of my actions.
And I
half
think
the
we all
party's in the
used our
water.
life
Do you want to
elixir,
join them,
too.
Fives? I still have mine.
Oh, okay. We have
gonna
at least some chance.
Well, I'm gonna punch some things.
Also, that bomb did do a good number on the mosquitoes. A good portion of the swarm is dead in the water.
Damn straight.
All right. So, how effective would throwing an acolyte at this swarm be? Because
It
that's
would
all I
not be
can do.
ideal, but it would be something. It would be more than nothing. It just would have resistance to the damage.
All right. Cool.
That flurry of blows, a hit, a 0 does not hit, and neither does the 7.
Oh, there were 2 up there.
Though your second swing, hardly you basically just swat a couple mosquitoes as it resists nearly all of your damage.
Is it like a flat damage reduction?
Takes 5 less damage from each of them.
Oh, okay.
But you get +1 since it's your second attack, so that's really out of 6. It reduces by 5.
Bonk.
Well under half the swarm remains.
All right. I move up to be within 20 feet. Oh. Nope, I don't move. I don't move up. I stay where I am, because I already was 20 feet. Yeah, cool. So then I recall one apply, so that's 1 action. Then I'll devise a stratagem for 2, and then attack for 3.
Calculate the most dense point of the swarm, and then throw.
Yes.
And though many of them just sort of scatter out of the way, a good number are just pummeled by the force of this rushing through the swarm.
Since I hit multiple, it technically counts as AoE, right?
It technically allows you to deal damage.
There you go.
Kalat?
Yo, did you teach me something? Where do I strike these things at when I move forward?
Yeah, I guess
they
I
are
was-
not. They are not.
It can't be flat-footed
to you.
with
The trick is you
Uh,
turn your
enter
halberd
mask.
sideways, so it's like a giant fly swatter.
What you're gonna want to do is
I-
get some rope, tie it to the end of your halberd.
I used telekinetic and then I used I used arcane cascade and then I used telekinetic. But I do not have my spell strike charged, so that's fine. I'm actually gonna stay here, taking a page from your book, and I'm gonna go ahead and I don't take it I can electric arc both of them.
You'd only be able to target the swarm.
I send a bolt of electric arc through the swarm.
It will make that reflex save. What is the DC?
18.
It is 18. Fuck
It
you.
will pass, but not crit pass. So roll damage. It will take half.
Take 6, so half
Alright.
of that.
Oh, there it is. I just missed it. It does not reduce it any further. It does take the half of 6.
Yay. Okay. And then I will recharge my spell strike.
And that is everyone, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. The swarm moves to bite and drain the blood from each of you. Both give me a fort save. You both have +1 to your success tier.
Fortitude. I am fortitudinous.
Fortitudinal.
With a +1
How
tier,
fortuitous.
that crit passes, as does that, and neither of you take any effect from the swarm. Poison saves.
Poison time.
Poison time.
Gerrit, give me 2. Kalat and Fives, give me 1. Also, remind me what your current stage is as we're going through them.
So, I'm gonna use a hero point on my second roll.
Roll it.
For another fortitude. Does that change my success?
Does not change the tier, so
Unlucky.
the hero point is not used. You get to keep the point.
This is fine.
I am at clumsy 3 currently.
All right, so let's see. In order here, Gerrit,
I'm at
your
clumsy 2.
enfeebled potion first, or
Yes.
poison. What is your current status there?
Current status is 3.
Okay. You pass and drop to 2
Nice.
and take
Oh no!
unconscious points of damage.
I am unconscious.
What stage was your other one at?
2.
Your clumsy. That one fails and goes to 3.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You take damage, but it is at the same time, so it is like one hit that knocked you out, basically.
Okay.
Also, the enfeebled poison has fully run its course. You are no longer enfeebled.
Nice.
It is done. You have survived TM the poison.
He doesn't look very survived.
Especially since he's unconscious in the deadly pool water.
And clumsy.
Ankles.
5s. You were clumsy 2 before
Clumsy
rolling this,
3.
right? Okay,
Clumsy
so
3.
there is no stage 4 here, so you're just still clumsy 3 with that fail, and we'll take 8 points of poison damage.
He's back to rolling max damages.
And Talat,
I'm rolling now.
Okay.
That's with my
what
bonus
were
1.
you before?
2.
And you go to 3, taking
Oof.
4 points of poison damage. As you feel just the foul touch of Urgathoa coursing through your veins, artificial
well-
or not.
I take 1 less damage due to my Arcane Cascade stance.
Oh, true.
As the poisons attack the shield of magic around me before hurting me.
All right, that is the poisons. Back to you guys again.
Fuck.
Gerrit is dying 1.
We need to get him out of
He's
that
currently
water.
poisoned, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I have no potions left on me.
I do have a utility belt that has things on it.
Just
Okay.
as another quick note, by what you guys would have already seen, if anyone else reaches in the water to try and pull him out, they're likely going to be in trouble.
No,
Wave, you can
I'm
do so
gonna be
without
doing
issue.
it. Yeah, this is my forte. I am going to grab Gerrit and lift him out of the water and dump him over the edge of the thing.
You dump him out into the free mosquito area.
Point at the body, and I'm like, could have seen that one coming.
I think it makes sense for me to. How many actions does that take? Is that one or
That'll just
two?
be one. You're just grabbing and you're not really moving. You're just up and over.
Okay, I think actions 2 and 3 will be also popping out of the water and grabbing the potion off his utility belt and feeding it to him.
All right, roll for healing. Also, I don't remember. Does it give bonus to disease and it does give bonus to poison?
Nice.
Look at that.
1d6 hit points. Roll 1d6. Go 2.
Ooh, hell.
It's
This is fine.
Tuesday, my guy.
It's
I am at
Tuesday.
2 hell. Fuck
Gerrit
yeah.
is conscious. You are wounded 1 now.
Wounded.
But he has surgical tools.
This is
He's
true.
still clumsy though, isn't he?
That
You are
doesn't actually
clumsy, yes.
affect my surgical skills.
That's my turn.
Stupefied is the one that would affect your surgical skills. All right, so that was Wave. Who's next?
I recall. I analyze. I attack.
Eat him.
Jeez, man, you're
I
rolling
keep
high on
doing
those.
7.
That will hit, and it seems like just a little bit more is needed
So
to
close.
disperse enough of them to no longer be a threat.
I once again send a bolt of I send a bolt of lightning through them. Arcing
All
through
right,
them, some might
they
say.
will fail
Yes.
and take the full 9 as little tiny blue bolts just leap from skeeter to skeeter.
It's like one of those. It's like a.
So
fucking
I'm going
bug
to
zapper.
redirect you to the beginning of this episode where I put in chat that I've constructed a bug zapper. It just became relevant slightly later.
As the mosquitoes fall down to the ground in the pool, just floating along the algae surface, before suddenly all of them just begin sliding across the algae, tumbling as if blown by wind, moving towards the corpse of the bear.
Uh-oh.
And they
Uh-oh.
roll into it, and the bear begins to shrinking down, the crystals fading, the diseased spores closing, as it becomes a man, perhaps 80 to 85 years old, still dead on the ground. Then his wounds close. He opens his eyes, and he gives out a deep sigh of relief.
Excuse me, the fuck?
Then he vanishes.
What?
Also the
What?
At that moment, a sudden just pulse along the ground of some vibrant green energy washes over the entire site. All the years of grime and erosion, all of them just washed away in an instant, restored to pristine nature. The pond becomes a beautiful blue pond, crystal clear water, as you just smell a fresh scent in the air. It is almost as if it is a land of paradise. However, you still feel the poison rushing through your bodies, which does sort of put a damper on the beautiful moment.
Gerrit dies in the process, becomes a crystalline bear.
Gerrit chugs another elixir of life.
I'm gonna out heal this poison.
For
Oh,
another.
can you not surgery yourself?
He already did.
Yeah, I can't
Oh.
for like it's like an hour, I think, right now.
Oh shit.
It is 24 hours, but for you it's an hour because you have
Yeah.
Godless Healing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you gain 2 hit points, bringing you to 4. And then I will need everyone, well, other than Wave, to make one last fortitude check. Pass or fail, the poison runs its course with this one, however, as it will have been all of the rounds of poison.
Oh,
So-
I actually don't know if I can do this. Hold on.
Hmm?
Hold on.
Hold, please.
Well,
No, there are no enemies. I cannot do that.
Really the only game-changing impact, since all of you were at tier 3, I believe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is if you had crit pass, then you would have dropped to a d6 damage instead of a d8. But Gerrit, you will take 6.
Ah, damn it.
Ives takes 2 and is still conscious. Kalat
Yeah.
takes 2. And with that, the poison finally is flushed through, your body fighting it off. It's kind of a little questionably in one of your cases.
Listen, I was gonna try to the mosquitoes died, so I couldn't rage for the temp HP to make me survive the poison.
oh no. I could have entered into a training fight with Hack so that I'm the enemy.
Alright, so Gerrit is dying 2, as he was already wounded 1.
Where's full death?
Dying 4. You have a round of actions before he would make a death save.
Can I just try and stabilize him?
You may do so.
Is it what happens if I really badly f this up?
looking this up right now.
I
almost
distinctly
clicked the
remember
button.
more than one instance of people dying out due to this.
I remember in the tutorial version of us playing through Pathfinder, I killed Tevin with this, I think. Or
So-
no, it wasn't me. It was Ryan that killed Tevin with
Yeah.
this.
Stabilizing is a DC 15 plus dying value, so 17 for him.
I'm very unlikely to pass that.
If
And
you
it's,
if you pass, you stabilize. If you fail, nothing happens. But if you crit fail, you advance dying by 1.
Okay, I'm very unlikely to pass that and have a decent chance of making it be a crit fail. So I will not do that.
Well, no, you do that because if you fail, I'm gonna pour a potion in his throat anyways.
Okay. I crit fail.
That is a crit fail.
Oh no!
As Gerrit nears death, are you sure you don't?
Wait,
you don't want to
can I
just
hero
like,
point
see if you
that?
stabilize? As a quick note, just as a reminder, not that you'll need them here since you do have a potion, but you can spend all of your hero points, no matter how many that is, to not die in a particular situation. So if that was death with that roll, you could use a hero point and it would not be immediate death in that situation.
We would rewrite history for you.
Yeah, as I'm getting out the elixir of life, I accidentally drop it and it breaks. Oh shit!
Oops.
Whoopsies.
I produce the elixir of life and I feed it to the guy who is rightfully in this position right now.
Gerrit, you live. Roll that d6.
Listen, I only took like 1d6 damage that was unnecessary. You want to roll or you want me to?
How about 1d(f)(6)?
Ah, yeah,
for zero
yeah.
successes.
4
Or-
health. Gerrit, you are not dying. You are wounded 2. So
Wounded
if you go down while you still have this condition, you just start at dying 3.
Right.
But you are conscious.
I think we're gonna chill for a bit.
You all, as you're catching your breath here, you just feel a sense of peace, of relaxation here, of safety. Everyone except Gerrit feels this.
Yeah, Gerrit absolutely does not.
You
Either way.
godless bastard. Yep.
Wave. As you get in the water, it is just a refreshing and you almost feel like your wounds are slowly closing. You're gaining 1 hit point per minute while you're in it.
I sleep.
You are able
also,
to do
I'm gaining 1 hit point per minute.
Oh, you also are gaining a hit point per minute. Yes, I forgot about that.
Wait, why is Clyde gaining 1 HP per minute? Because of his magic bullshit stuff?
He is a fancy spindle.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, fancy spindle.
I also need
I get in the
to
water.
see when I use quick alchemy to craft something that is a signature formula, do I craft 2 or do I still only craft 1? I don't remember.
It's just 1 if you're doing quick alchemy.
Okay, yeah. I think my quick alchemy gets better eventually. I quick alchemy a Dracark mutagen and drink it and metabolize it.
Also, Kalat, as you get in the water, you too feel just the rejuvenating waters beginning to heal your form, gaining 2 hit points per minute now.
Until you short circuit.
No. Nano machines, they know short circuit.
It's like I don't know. Do they give electric baths? Or is that an execution technique?
It's just like
really
oil.
just depends on
It's
how
just
you
like
set
an
the
oil
dial.
I use electric arc in the water.
But this is going to be the point where we will close out today's session.
Cool.
Nice.
Fives, if you would try so as well, you too would feel the rejuvenating waters. Gerrit, do you attempt this as well?
Absolutely not, under no circumstances.
Yeah, no way. He gonna heal
Uh,
the normal way.
I'm going in.
Gerrit, Fives, Wave, and Kalat, you can all heal to full. Nothing will disturb you in the next however many minutes that is.
Like 7.
28 by 5's is HP.
If your plan is just to take a breather here, Gerrit, you will also be able to heal yourself over the next few hours, and you may heal yourself back up.
I do another mutagen heal, just to make sure I'm slightly higher.
You bring yourself out of the risk of death on a crit fail.
Yeah, that's where I like to be.
Baby.
Because that would have been embarrassing.
It's like we don't have a way to fix that one that time. That's
We had 3 ways to fix it, and he drank all of them today.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Here.
All right.
And we will conclude that with a lesson on how deadly poisons are in Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I was trying to. All right. Pretty good stuff, guys.
Yeah, buddy. I hold fast that I only took 1d6 that I didn't need to.
The 1d6 would have kept you alive though.
Yeah, that's math. That doesn't matter.
I mean, it depends. I think you went down by.
I went down with an extra roll, so.
Oh yeah, so you would have taken 8 less, but then would have taken 8 more. So you still would have gone down.
Perfect.
Poisons, they only got one number on that die, and it's the big one.
Also, I think that the lesson from this experience is that Gerrit just needs to spend more time working on new anti-poison stuff for us all, and we will all thank him graciously for the work and effort he puts in designing our new anti-poisons.
Listen, I literally had an anti-poison ready to rumble, but I just couldn't action economy well enough to pull it out of my bag and also get a healing potion and like.
Also, your fire stuff did work, so it was pretty worth it.
Yeah, that fire trimmed down that bear a lot quicker than would have without.
Also, no one being in melee with it was very convenient.
Yeah, you had two very convenient aspects there. Fire did 30 extra damage from vulnerability, and then ignore all the spores and ignore the crit miss effects.
All right, good session, guys.
Good
I'll
shit,
see y'all in 2 weeks, and definitely not any of you before then.
Yep, definitely not.
Would never
Fare
happen.
thee well.
Nope.
All right. I'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.